And we are back live for another episode. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is episode 6, correct, Panda? I always have to ask you because I never remember what episode we are on. We're not even that far in. I'm like, what day is it?
Yeah, it's been such a long week.
It's been a long week, man. I have not been feeling good. Poor Nero over here, not been feeling good.
I'm feeling great.
Oh. Yeah. You been feeling great, Panda?
Other than being exhausted because of the hours I'm doing at the moment.
No, fuck you, Panda.
I'm not sick, so I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. I second that, Nero. Fuck you, Panda. Feeling good and healthy.
Feeling good and healthy. Where do you get off?
Yeah. But we got a buddy of ours here.
Up in infection.
Yeah, exactly, Panda. We got a buddy of ours here tonight. We're welcoming Infinite Umbra. Our hello, buddy. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Great to be here with you guys tonight. You know, this is the 6th episode for you guys, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm glad you know it. Rhetri didn't.
I don't. Yeah.
I'm guessing, going by what you guys said, but the number 6 has some significance. It means symmetry. So we're perfectly balanced coming together like this. It's all things are equal. So yeah,
very nice.
To be here. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Thank you for being here, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was showing before we started Panda. I was showing Nero some of our new our new stuff that we have going in here. That would be one of them. So we got our banner section to help us, get to higher subscriber count and all that stuff. And guys, if you're new here, please subscribe. Obviously, hit the like button, share it out. We're trying to get to like 1,500 subs. We're at 11. I don't remember where we are. I know we're over 1,000. We're moving up. I know it's going up.
Moving up, man.
I'm on a trajectory. Yeah.
Can I ask, did Sean Labrie do you guys' intro?
No, that was all me, man. I worked on that for a while.
You did good, man. That looks
Thank
really
you, brother.
professional.
Yeah, it was funny. I remember when we were doing our stuff with Dave, we did reach out to Sean, and afterwards I was like, Dave, did you forget what I do for a living? He's like, what? I'm like, I literally do what Sean does for a living, like every day, bro. He's like, oh. I was like, you could have saved $100, but that's fine. It's fine. Love Sean Labrie, man. He's good people.
Yeah.
Known that dude for a while, but
we
worked on that for months.
You did good. I mean, I reached out to the brother and he never got back to me. So I figured he's really busy.
Oh my God. I told you. I did say one thing about Sean. I love you, Sean. If you're listening to this, I did tell Umbra, I was like, he gonna take a while before he gets back to you. And he didn't even get back to you. That's surprising.
I mean, the good thing is I had Wandering Dutch came in the clutch for me, right? I didn't mean to rhyme.
Yeah.
It's the black in me that made me rhyme. Nero, you understand. But
it comes natural, man.
It happens naturally. I try to tell him this, but no, I mean, that's cool though, because it worked out with Wandering Dutch. But the way your intro was, it kind of reminded me of Booms a little bit. How
kind of Booms.
Yeah. So I thought it may have been his, but you did a good, solid job with it.
Yeah, it took us a while, right, Panda? Like we kept changing the music.
Music was the biggest thing because
it was so hard.
Super sensitive to sounds.
Yeah.
And I was like listening to the countdown and everything. I'm like, oh yes, it's a good vibe, gets me hyped.
Yeah. Nice,
dude, we went through like 10, I had like 10 tracks each of just for the countdown, and then the intro, and then we have like an outro. Shit took us. This is why our people really want to know why the damn show took forever, is because me and Panda couldn't make up our minds. That's what it was.
I mean, we were like, what color scheme do we want to go with?
Yeah,
let's
colors took us a while too.
You should have seen how long it took us to get the font for Aim Down Sight and the color we wanted.
Just the font.
Just the font.
Yeah.
There was a lot of work.
That's how I knew Panda was the one. That's why I knew she needed to be here, because she was just like me. Just had way tough a time.
The one. Panda, listen, Panda has been making great thumbnails after great thumbnails after great thumbnails, man. Amazing, spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Panda. Appreciate
Even
you, girl.
Getting our name done took a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Luckily, that was Panda's too. By the way, we took Panda's name. I came up with a bunch of terrible names, and then I saw her name list. I was like, oh my God, mine are terrible. I'm like, let's use yours. Yeah. So that's why you surround yourself with better people. I'm not an idiot. I surround myself with better people
That's
than
why
I am.
Umbra's here, right?
That's Umbra's here. That's why I picked Nero. I was like, I need people who are all better than at this stuff than I am. And that's why you guys are here. So appreciate you guys. But yeah, we got the voice here. We got Umbra with us. He likes to sing tunes sometimes. We got also Adidas with us. We got FarQ, of course. He played some Halo with us when Umbra should have been there, but he was not there.
I should have been there as well.
Yeah. But yeah, what's up, Blue Number? Thank you for coming out tonight. We'll definitely get some more people in here. We got 40 live right now. That's between YouTube and Twitter. So I appreciate you guys coming out. We will be talking about some subjects very soon. 100%. Let me just close some stuff down here. I got way too many tabs open. Story of my life. Well, let's.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Exactly. It's a fitting
Honestly.
song for some of the topics we'll be talking about tonight. Oh man. Some quick news to kind of go through. Nintendo guys will not be at Gamescom 2024. I don't know if that's a shocker. I don't remember if they were at Gamescom 2023. I thought they'd been gone for a while, but anyways, that's a no Nintendo. So sorry, right. Panda. I don't know.
I think I'm okay with that. Like, if they were announcing a Zelda game, then I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a Zelda game coming anytime soon.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's the only reason you're you're into Nintendo, right? It's pretty much Zelda, just Zelda alone, right?
Basically, I grew up on it. That's my bread and butter for them.
That's your go-to?
Yeah, that's all I care about on Nintendo side. And maybe some Mario Kart.
Zelda is pretty big.
I'm not a big Zelda fan.
What was that Umbra who doesn't show up for Halo?
Is that what we're going to call him now? The guy who doesn't show up for Halo?
Who, me?
Yeah. Ghosts people? I'm kidding.
You all heard him.
Yo, Umbra, they waiting on that country album, man. They waiting on that album.
I know.
I'm gonna love you forever. That's just a snippet right there, lyric.
something light, man. Something light. Can't give them too much, man.
Just give them a taste. That's it.
Give them a taste, man. Get them coming back.
Lyric has a good question though. What time is the Umbra country album?
The country
giveaway?
album.
Yeah. What time is that? Is that maybe an hour? If you stick around for an hour.
End of the show. At the end of the show.
End of the show.
I got to check with Queen Bee first. I got to check with Beyonce. See how she's trying to do her album rollout. Coordinate. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about country. Didn't she become Did she become number one or something after her?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she did.
Like,
just
damn,
who she is. Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Just show them what's
all
up.
upset.
Yeah. Correct. I wonder why.
I don't. It's weird though because they're like, she can't come into our genre. Blah blah blah. It's like you all know that Black people made country music, right?
They didn't.
Yeah.
White people didn't start country.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
It's very bizarre. They did that before with a song she put out some years back. I remember they wanted to exclude her, and it was clearly a country song. But it's whatever. But my thing is, if you all want all this great music, I don't know why you think it can only come from one group, and that's the
from
problem.
white folks.
Yeah,
from toothless white folks in the middle of nowhere.
Sorry
if you like country. I'm not a fan.
Deliverance, guys. It's Deliverance.
About to have ourselves a hootenanny.
Let's go. Here's another story too. Another quick news topic. Take-Two is preparing for a Mafia series announcement. It's claimed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know this has got a lot of people excited for the Mafia series to come back. Some Twitter user Caracassis, I'm butchering that name, has claimed that Take-Two is preparing. I've never heard of this person, so I take it with a grain of salt. Take-Two is preparing for a Mafia series announcement in the near future. He previously found early information on games by discovering trademarks. Okay, he's one of these data seekers. So usually this stuff, the data seeker guys, I usually believe them because the data is usually true. So this could suggest that the game recently has a trademark filing. It could be gearing up for an announcement. So new Mafia, what would that be? Mafia 4, right? They did 3 of them, right?
Yeah,
right?
it'll be the 4th one. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyone excited for the Mafia game?
Right here, Next Gen Nero.
That guy?
I'm fucking psyched for that game, yo. First of all, Mafia is one of my favorite series. Yes, the 3rd game is the weakest of the trilogy, but I still think it was a solid game. Just not really a great Mafia game. But those first 2 Mafia games is absolutely fucking classics. I've installed the Mafia 1 remake again. I'm trying to beat that on the classic difficulty. But man, that mission where you got to drive that little race car.
I knew you were going to say it before you said it.
Man, bro,
I knew where you were going.
I knew it. Yo,
I'll be wanting to throw my fucking controller. I didn't even get to that mission yet. I'm doing the mission that leads up to that mission where you got to drive the fucked up version of the race car. You sabotage the other racer.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I'm gonna dread this fucking mission, but I feel like once I get past that mission, I'll be able to deal with it and beat it. Classic difficulty got it where whenever you reload your gun, you lose what ammo's in there. So if you got 2 shots left and you reload early, panicking, you just lost 2 shots. So
it's kind of like Helldivers too when they do that, huh?
Yeah,
but it's I played that part exactly, the racing track scene. And I tell you right now, that was one of the most frustrating missions I've done in any game in the past 5 years.
Yep.
That was on 3, right? Are you talking on?
That was
part 1. Yeah.
Oh, that was part 1. Oh, okay. All right. I haven't played that game in so long.
I had to look up a strategy like on a video, like YouTube. Like, wait a minute, am I doing something wrong? Because I had to do it at least, I think 25, maybe 30 times or something like that. I'm not joking. Where I kept failing.
Man.
Like it was ridiculous, but you'll see it when you get to it.
It's like a damn Souls game.
Yeah, man.
That's what it felt like.
Ridiculous, man.
Driving
Souls. The game
Souls.
is so fucking good, man. Like it's really a goated ass game, and I love Mafia 2. Rhetri, have you played them all? Any?
I remember playing Mafia 1 and 2. I don't even remember. I don't even think I started 3, to be honest with you. And it might have been because maybe the reception wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Very much like Fallout 76, right? I literally just downloaded Fallout 76 because of the show. I listened to everybody. It was a trash game when it came out, so I just didn't touch it.
You know what? People slandered 3 way too much because part 3 is actually damn good.
Okay.
It like I would agree with Nero where maybe it doesn't feel like it's in that same vein of part 1 and 2. Part 1 and 2 seem like a direct, tie. Whereas 3 is a bit of a deviation because they go to Lincoln Clay, but it's a damn good.
It's a damn good game, man. And shout out to my brother Yobi in the chat. He said Mafia 3 story is not for the weak hearts. It's definitely not, man. First of all, that's a lot of racist undertones, man. It take place in New Orleans and the Bayou. Yes, man. Like it's some racist. You're gonna hear a lot of
it was in a different area, right? You said New Orleans, where the other one was it New York?
Yep,
the other ones are in
Chicago and based in New
simile,
York.
right? Yeah, based in Chicago, but it's like they call it Lost Heaven.
Yeah, New Haven or some shit like
that. Yeah, another one was Empire City.
Which is Mafia 2 is
on the nose,
classic, yo. Every winter, I gotta install Mafia 2, man. You coming home from the army, it's snowing. I'm a New Yorker, so I love that shit, bro. The Christmas vibes, man. It's just an amazing game, man. I highly recommend it.
Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite protagonist, though, Nero, out of all the series?
Shit, man.
Because you had Lincoln Clay in 3.
Yeah.
You had.
Man, what's the name of fuck, bro? I'm gonna fucking lose my mind if I can't remember his name because he's so.
I'm drawing a blank a little bit too, but you got Vito.
Vito. Yep,
that's part 2, right? Yeah,
that's
part 2.
And the first guy, Tommy, right?
Tommy, that's right. Tommy Angelo. Yep.
I'm going to say probably, man, Vito and Tommy. It's such a toss up because I feel like both of their characters was developed so well throughout the game, especially Tommy. Like just going from a normal cab driver to how he, got into it.
I like that,
but. I gotta go with Vito just because Vito presence across all 3 games. You get what I'm saying? Like what happens in 1.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but then in 2, you see why he did what he did. So it's just like even at the end of the 3rd game, it's a hint towards Vito and what's the one guy that used to run with Vito when we thought he died at the end of 2, but it turns out that he was alive at the end. We're not gonna spoil anything for you guys.
I mean, it's been a hot minute. It's been so long, I can't remember the damn games. I think you're good, Nero.
I like Tommy a lot though. From like how you explain his upride, we see how he comes from a cab driver up and everything like that, and how he gets into the life. I just thought it was really dope. Well done. The remaster for that, if you all have not played that, get that new collection. It's well worth the money.
They go on sale for cheap all the time.
I kind of forgot. I actually forgot that was remastered. Like I completely forgot. And when you said that earlier, I was like, there was a remaster. And I looked up. I was like, holy shit, there was a remaster. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, it's
Bushido,
gorgeous
what's
too,
good, bro?
It's gorgeous too. Like really, I'm not sure what engine do they use for that, but it's gorgeous.
I don't know.
I think it's one of Take-Two own engines. People don't realize like they got a lot of people just look at GTA, but they got some little things under them. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a. I'm not sure if it's Unreal Engine. I think they confirmed that the new one will be using UE5 because this isn't the first time that the new Mafia game has gotten leaked in the media. What up, Web Dave? But people have spoken about it.
What's going on, brother?
So I'm excited for that, man. I'm really excited for that. I feel like we need more of those type of games, man. More linear type of semi-open world games, but not really open world because we just need more of that, man. Shout out to Take-Two. Shout out to Mafia. What's the name of what is it? Hangar 13? Something
Hangar 13.
Shout out to them, man.
Are they still in business? They didn't go out, right? They didn't.
I believe they're still kicking about.
I think they're still around. I don't remember hearing about Hangar 13 going under, but
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
it was
so many damn
it was the
studios
Fusion engine, by the way, that they used.
I don't know that engine.
Never heard.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. I think it's made. I think it's a proprietary from 2K. Well, I think you were right about that. It's their own in-house. But yeah,
must be mediocre. I don't hear. I haven't played any of them, Panda. Like none of them.
I started
really.
2 and I got sidetracked. I don't even know what game I got sidetracked with, but I never went back.
Hey, chat! Everybody go to Panda Twitter page and bully her into
make her play it. Tell her to put down that DD2 Dragon's Dogma 2.
What you know what? Talking about?
Well, you didn't get to Umbra.
I'm not addicted to that game.
Sure you're not.
Take that Dragon's Dogma needle out of your arm, man. Like,
I know we talked about this in the green room for like a millisecond, but what games have you been playing, Umbra? Or I mean, most people know it, but what game you've been trying out as of the last couple days?
I have been playing a bunch, and I just looked to make sure again, by the way, because I want to make sure I got it correct. But it looks like Unreal Engine 4 for Mafia 1, but part 2 and 3 was the Illusion engine. It's called. Anyway, I'll have to look into it more to make sure. But anyway, shout out to Web Dave, by the way. Yeah, I have been playing a bunch of different things, man. It's funny because I had started out with Dragon's Dogma 2, and I started to get some time into that. I got about almost 30 hours in it, 28 hours, I think. And then I had, the show drop for Fallout 3. I mean, for Fallouts, and I switched over to Fallout 3. I bought the entire collection on PC. And so I got it all the way from 1 through, all the way to 76 in that collection. I got the whole thing.
So you would have got 3 for New Vegas.
Mm-hmm. All of it.
Them, yeah.
1, 2 Tactics, 3, 4 Game of the Year versions.
You got Vegas. 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah,
like the original point and click.
Yeah, the point and click. What do they call it? Isometric style. Yeah, I got all of those.
Yeah, I played that on my PC when I was growing up.
Really? Well,
damn.
Hey, listen, it's never too late to go back, I guess, because I'm about to. But
I mean, it is. Definitely it really is.
Yeah. So it's like one thing has pushed one other game out of the way. That's the craziest part about it. So now with Fallout, I was so caught up by that show. I'm not sure what you guys how much you loved it, but I loved it. Like almost the perfect 10 out of 10. Almost.
It is so
damn
damn good.
I got 1 episode left.
He's got.
Oh, nice.
You're done, right, Panda?
Oh, I finished. Oh,
yeah, I finished way too early.
In my life
Pretty sure I
right
got
now.
sick by staying up multiple days in a row watching that shit. So Nero's got 1 left, which is oh my god, that finale.
Nobody spoil it. It was good season, man. Like what a way to start off, right? Because they always say
what a way to be like. All I now want to do is play Fallout.
That's what it did. That's
look
what
at the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers speak for themselves.
And hey, man lie, women lie, numbers don't, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Big fucking Bethesda, put some goddamn respect on their name and respect Todd Howard while he's still here, man.
Well, you see, you've got to understand.
Talking like Todd Howard on his
last legs.
Nah, man, we only got about 2 more masterpieces from him, man.
So that's why they're good guys.
You're right, Nero.
Yeah.
But so I moved on to Fallout 3, and I got them all. I'm going to play them all, 3, 4, then move on to 76, but and New Vegas, I meant to say. But also, so I'm playing those, loving that, and then here comes no rest for the wicked, And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
so now that's been pushed aside. So now I'm on no rest
That
for the
looks
wicked now.
amazing.
It is. It's beautiful.
Oh,
man.
it looks the
It's
art
beautiful.
style.
Though that's what's got me. I mean, it's Moon Studios, guys. It's the guys who
Indie
made
game
the
of the
Ori
year, right?
games. Like that's what I'm wondering though. I'm hearing a lot of complaints though. Like Steam is like
preview.
clobbering it right now.
But
I
it's in
know,
preview.
but it's coming out next month. Is it? Is it not? Or am I thinking of a different game?
I don't think it's officially.
Does that not have a date
No,
yet?
you're correct.
They're still implementing things into the game. From my
But I thought it was like
understanding.
May. Isn't it May 10th? Is
I
that a May
think
10th
so.
game?
I
might be
think
mixing
so.
it up. So in chat, correct me if I'm wrong here. I
And
thought
guys, correct me if I'm wrong. This is not a full price game, right? Isn't it like 30
no,
$40?
it's like 35 bucks, I think.
Yeah, people need to chill out a little bit on these games that's not, full price, because
Like
we
I don't know
get
what the
some of these-
problems are, but Steam is clobbering this game right now for whatever reason. But I watched some people streaming it, and it looks
great.
the environment looks beautiful, dude. Like, not surprised coming from Moon
detail,
Studios,
man.
but
I don't know if they put an official release date for.
They haven't got an
consoles
official.
yet.
Maybe they
just got
haven't.
the release
Yeah.
date for the
Just for the
preview.
for the early access.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fair enough. So, Umbra, but what are your kind of overarching thoughts on that game? Because it's something I've been looking forward to. Their Moon Studios next game for 4 years now. So
Man, it's been a while. Yeah, I've been hyped for it too. I remember talking to the guy, the Thomas Mailer guy, whatever, when I was a part of that trash ass site, not NeoGAF. What was the other one? Reset Era, I believe.
yeah.
And I jumped on there for briefly before I got removed because they were like, "Oh, you can't say this to the PlayStation guys," so I got removed. And
oh, fuck them.
And they were antagonistic as hell. I'm like, how are they antagonizing me? I respond and I'm kicked out.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They were very anti-Xbox in there. But I talked to the guy then and I asked, "Hey, what game are you making?" And I remember everybody asking him. And he eventually said, the next game we're making is going to be an ARPG. And I was like, oh, okay, nice. And this is kind of what they gave us here. It's in the vein of, I don't want to say of a
Souls-like in a way.
It's Souls-like. It's very heavily Souls-like. It's not. It's
Souls
more
like hard.
Souls
like,
adjacent.
That's that hard.
Yeah.
What's
like
it now?
Like it's that hard. Like it'll kick you in the teeth.
It's very
type of thing?
challenging. It's very challenging. I wouldn't say.
All right.
I would say once you get used to it and once you learn the parry system.
Yeah,
it kind of becomes second nature, and once you get it, but the parrying rather is very hit or miss in my opinion.
Yeah,
but maybe I just need to get good to be fair. But
we aren't getting any younger, Umbra, so it could be.
That is the motto of this podcast. Get good.
Hey, listen,
get good.
You're not wrong.
I say that to Pete almost every day when we play Halo.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. She talks a lot of shit. I'm sorry, Pete. Yeah. I feel bad for you.
Sure. I've heard her.
I love you, brother.
I've heard her in parties, so I get it. But you're right. I mean, we are getting older too because I started playing some of these first-person shooter games. I play like Call of Duty. I'm like, okay, this is not for me. This is out of my age range right here, I think.
You're asking around. Someone asked in the chat around the difficulty in comparison to Lies of P.
Lies of P was hard.
Lies of P is pretty difficult too, right? I would say it's in that area. I think though, once it's the same thing. It's like once you really learn it and you get that mechanic down, it becomes second nature. I think Lies of P might be more forgiving because you can do much more. You can.
Oh fuck! I was so worried you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say it was easier than Lies. I had a tough time with Lies of P. I'm not gonna lie. Like, damn. That game was tough.
Yeah, see, but Lies of P, you can make so many different you can approach it differently, right?
Right, yeah.
This right here is you're kind of limited, but you can add a lot of different elements to your style as far as like enchantments and stuff like that to your weapons, the powers you can use with it. I don't want to say powers, more like skills because they call them runes. You can put on your weapons and stuff like that to do with special attacks and things of the nature. Or if you get a staff, you can use magic. Like I say, it's art style is really cool, painterly style. One thing it doesn't do that Souls like, how you go to the what do they call it? The fire you go to in Souls,
You're talking about the campsite thing?
The campfire, yeah. When you go back there and you heal and go there and rest or whatever. If you do it here, for instance, they call it I think they call it a whisper. If you do it there, the whisper, it doesn't reset the enemies. So once you kill an enemy in an area, they don't come back. Yeah, they're just dead. Now, They will
Okay.
reset if you go to a new mission and they, that area's reflooded with whatever. But if you kill them and you die, they're not back there. They're dead still.
Wow, that's very
Umbra,
different.
correct me if I'm wrong, but you also don't
seen
lose your XP when you die, right?
You don't
That's
lose that.
different.
Yep, exactly. That's another thing that's different.
Okay.
What they do
All
on
right.
here
You're
is that
selling
you
me
lose.
on this.
Yeah.
What about the story element of it?
I'll get to that too. So the durability is what you lose. So your weapons and your
Oh,
clothing will be damaged, but you
There
can
it is.
quickly fix
Yeah.
it. It's ways around it though. It's ways you can put a rune on your sword or clothing to heal it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, so if you really like a weapon, you can essentially keep that weapon the whole game if you want to. There's ways to keep that weapon going.
Yeah,
like,
there is
forever.
But I would say you might want to eventually upgrade anyway, because you probably want to find a more powerful weapon at that point. Yeah, because I got one, for instance, in my inventory that I can't use. Is level 13. I'm level 8. So you're going to find something that's way more powerful. And I got that when I was like level 4. You see what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And you're staring at it for hours on end.
And that's why they're just like, he'll play level 13.
Exactly. So you're going to find something that's more powerful at a point. You can take out the runes and the enchantments and break that weapon and put it onto a new one. So you got to be careful of that too. But I would say for the story, that's what differentiates this to me more so than anything else out of the Soul series. Because like as much as I love Elden Ring, which I did, I thought it was near a masterpiece. Nobody can really sit there and tell me I understood the story completely. I don't believe it.
I don't give a fuck about the story, Umbra. That game is a 10 out of 10.
But
what story?
I'm with you. I loved it. But nobody could sit there and tell me they could tell you the narrative of that game well. I don't. Well, you had to go there
you
and
take like bits and pieces.
That's right.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
So why can I tell you that shit?
What the only thing I would say I don't like is when you make your character your serum, as they call them. They don't have a voice, and I wish they would have put a voice to them. I think that would have been simple enough, even if you're creating your character.
You should just offer your services for free, Umbra.
Oh, I do it. Listen, they can have me for free if they want. I told them. Well, I didn't tell them, but you get the idea. Anyway, I feel like it would have been easy enough to give a male and a female voice for whatever you chose. I made a black lady. She looks pretty cool, I think, named Adira, but as far as the voice acting is solid across the board, as far as everybody else, nice little cut scenes. There is actually a plot and narrative.
Hold on. Everybody talks except for you?
Except for you. And I thought
that's why it's jarring.
Like,
yeah. Okay.
Right?
It's weird.
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I just figured it was a little text for everybody, but I didn't realize everybody else talks. Even for you.
Even regular nobody NPCs you walk up to will say a few things. It's like,
okay.
So I wish they would have given us actual voice actors for male or female character that we choose to make.
Yeah.
Personally. But other than that, I will say the story elements of this is already, you can see that there is a foundation here and there's a real narrative. So that's what differentiates this to me from the Souls types games. What does she say?
She said, sometimes I like not having a voice. I mean, most women don't have voices, it's been taken from us.
Listen.
Oh, come on now.
Don't bring that women's suffrage. Don't bring that women's suffrage nonsense in here.
It's all in your mind.
Right.
Don't exist.
I see you, KC, Rhetri, the Kendrick Lamar of gaming, just because I see what you're saying. It's fine.
Why you saying that? Why I see the Kendrick Lamar of gaming?
This is actually
7 days.
It's actually a good question. Is there a stamina meter in No Rest for the Wicked, Umbra?
There is a stamina meter, yeah. So
son of a bitch!
Yeah, and much like Souls games, there is.
Including if you're blocking that
Yep.
eats and you take a hit, that'll eat your stamina.
True. Yeah. You can also forego a shield, for instance. I don't know why you would, because I'm not doing it. The way they cut you up on here, but you can forego a shield and have like a double, like 2 daggers, for instance, and it's pretty powerful actually.
Ooh.
And I enchanted my weapon, so I have like this black lightning on my sword now. It looks dope as hell. So it's a lot you can do in here as far as those types of. That's what I meant by like powers. Like essentially, you can add stuff to your weapons to give them new elements and things, fire, lightning, etc., etc. It's a lot to do in that regard. But yeah, I feel like I think once you guys get your hands on it, you're going to really enjoy it. It's beautiful. I'm going to post some images.
It looks so pretty, man.
It's beautiful.
I've been seeing so many people's screen captures.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ori was gorgeous, and then you expected this to be just as gorgeous, but I think they've gone even beyond Ori This
In
is
some
just next
ways.
level.
In
Yeah.
some ways, absolutely. You know, there is one thing on there that I noticed. I don't know if you all would like it, but I noticed it becomes kind of a, I don't want to say a resource management, but you have to, like, for instance, you want to get
Sorry.
you're like, oh, don't tell you. He said, you almost had
It's
me.
like
man.
there's like a scales
Turning
going
them
on
off,
here.
man.
Right,
Resource
right.
management? No.
It's like good and then bad. It's good and the bad. Go ahead. Sorry,
Because,
Evan.
like, for instance, you want to get health, right? So you're gonna have to like kill like crabs that's walking around, or you can get rats and kill them and eat the meat too. But I'm not doing that. You can you get mushrooms, and then you can get recipes at a point to make different types of meals that to heal yourself, or you can just eat the mushroom by itself, but it doesn't really give you energy, right? It gives you a little bit. So you can do things like that. You got stuff for stamina, potions, and focus, and all these other things. So they got a lot of different elements when it comes to that. Also, there's this thing that happens in a town that you get there that you can kind of build this town up. You know what I mean? So once you do certain things and bring back resources to the guy, he'll build up certain elements of the town where you can like go and rest, or you can have more higher level items in a shop, stuff like that. So that's what I mean by resource. So you kind of have to, it's a little more in depth when it comes to that. And I was kind of like, I don't want to do all that, but so that might be a turn off for you all. But I think once you get into it, you'll really enjoy it.
I mean, in Dragon's Dogma 2, you're creating recipes, creating your potions. Like,
yeah.
No different.
Yeah. That's our game of the year, Umbra. If you haven't watched the show, we won't shut the F up about Dragon's Dogma. We surprisingly, all of us agree right now that is our game of the year. So
I fell into a horrible
Panda.
trap yesterday. So when you go into New Game Plus and you collect a new Seeker token, when you go to the Sphinx, she will make you go and find the Finder's token for the new Seeker token that you collected in New Game Plus, not the one you found in your first playthrough. And I was like, motherfucker.
Oh, you're like, I know where
Lucky
that is.
I already
Wait a
had found
second.
two, so I only had 2 places to go and check.
I was playing it as you told me about that part, so I marked where the secret token was at.
Yeah. That game is fire. I love it, even though it's 30 frames a second, but it's fine.
Not on PC. It's not.
I was gonna let it go, but I was like, except for you and me, Umbra, we get 45 frames per second because it still doesn't run that great on PC.
It's not well optimized, but that's the thing will help me.
Headbutting a door.
Your headbutting
Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, your cat.
All I hear is thud.
Next thing you know, the door is going to creep open.
Yeah, exactly. He's holding a knife.
Right. That's not a knife.
Sorry, guys, I gotta go.
But I was going to say, that's the thing that kind of motivated me to get the PC. It's not that I want to like dip off from Xbox, because I'm still going to stay in that ecosystem, right? But it's the fact that I want to have that performance, man. So like this, you got Hellblade 2, you got
all about frames, baby.
Yeah,
I want to get all of it. I have to get to that eventually. I also start Cyberpunk and all of these. I got to see how they look on this thing. But yeah.
I think I was talking to Nir about that too before we started the show, and I think a lot of people are mistaken just saying like, oh, everyone's going to go to PC. If everything's going to go to PC, then why wouldn't you buy a PC? And my argument to that is because it's at least 3 times the price. Like,
and the convenience.
Everyone keeps forgetting about the value of the consoles. Like, and I play my console sitting on my ass on my couch, which I enjoy doing that because a lot of time I spend 8 hours here working, editing, and doing all kinds of stuff, and sometimes I don't want to spend another 4 hours playing games where I just sat for 8. You know what I'm saying? I want to go in the living room and relax. So, but that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe everyone has thousands of dollars. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think so though.
Definitely not this guy.
Yeah. It's an expensive venture for sure.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah, 100%. Another thank you for talking about that game, man. That's kind of where I was trying to lead you, Umbra. I was super curious. I know a lot of people were talking about No Rest for the Wicked. It looks great. Hopefully they can do some improvements on the game on the PC side, and when it comes out for Xbox and PlayStation, all that jazz, it'll hopefully be solid.
Right,
I hope so.
Yeah.
They're going to eventually add PV, I think PVE as well too. So they're going to have multiplayer. Yeah.
No,
I hope
shit.
they should do crossplay. I hope the way we can play with anybody, no matter if they're on PlayStation or PC and Xbox.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see if that actually happens or not. But good on Moon Studios, man. Like 4 years later, and they come out with a game like this. I can't say I'm too surprised. It looks great, man. It took all my strength not to buy that on Steam. But because I bought Dragon's Dogma 2 on Steam, not having the achievements, I didn't think was going to bother me until it did, and it's bothering the shit out of me. So I'm just like, just wait till this game comes out on Xbox. We'll get those sweet achievements.
Trust me, that's been the hardest part actually for me. I'm an achievement thought too.
Yeah,
so I'm like
achievement whore.
Yeah. So
and that's not even me. I'm not even achievement whore, but well, maybe I'm more of a whore than I thought I was because I didn't think I cared about it until I didn't have it. It's it's like that girl, still, you miss her when she's gone. Well, now she's gone out of my life. Dragon's Dogma 2, I get no achievements and I'm missing it. So I was like, shit.
100%.
That's why I try to tell people as well, man. Like, PC and all that, it got its benefits, but we're not gonna. Me personally, I just love the entire ecosystem of Xbox. What they bring, the quick resume, the free enhancements, like this, that, and the third. And I honestly
100%.
look at PC people as just a branch of Xbox. I mean, Xbox Windows is a PC company. You get what I'm saying? Like Microsoft is so it's like it's no big deal. People try to Xbox people is moving to PC. I mean, they're still in the Xbox ecosystem. So I mean, not really. That's like moving from an iPhone to a fucking iPad. Like, I mean, you still in the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? You went from a fucking iPhone to a MacBook. You're still in the ecosystem, dumbasses. So, and plus, Xbox never had a fucking problem with playing and going to PC. It was always these Sony guys. But now that y'all games is going over there, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all starting to have a little tune. All you pussies crying on Twitter.
Oh man,
spitting in spaces.
Speaking of that, you bring up something here. Hold on, let me set up the studio.
While you do that, I want to say shout out to everybody in here rocking with us. Shout out to the chat. We got 116 people in here, man. You know what I'm saying? 68 on Twitter, 50 on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You feel what I'm saying? Show us some love. We're here through the sickness, still out here.
I am feeling a lot better today than I was days ago. Man, I was not feeling good, man. But let me set this up here.
While you do that real quick, I've been playing Starfield, Fallout 3. I'm gonna get into 76. I'm waiting for the next gen patch for Fallout 4. Yo, man, going back to Starfield after taking a little break. Jesus fucking Christ, man. That game is God tier.
Still good.
Still great. Fantastic.
Still good.
Still my game of the generation. And the reason I say that is because it's not a fucking sequel. No offense, Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 was just a fresh, like, it's a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's literally a remake of number 1 in all fairness.
To be fair, definitely.
I mean, 13 years later, though. I mean, come on, man. Why are you going to bring up Dragon's Dogma? You're fine.
I'm just saying, man, I got my Bethesda t-shirt on, my Bethesda hat. I'm going hard. I won't hear no fucking slander. All right?
Well, we don't know that, Nero, until you get on camera. So I'm just saying.
Hey, look, coming soon.
We don't really know if you're wearing it.
Hey, when are we going to be on
see me smoking backwards on camera?
We're going to. I'm kidding.
What'd you say? When is he want to be on OnlyFans? What'd you say?
This show's going to OnlyFans, right? No, I'm kidding.
Of course. I'm kind of what was just spoken. I want to give props to somebody because we talk a lot of, this is an Xbox centric podcast. We talk a lot of shit. But I mentioned someone last week that I think is one of, if I'm in the PlayStation ecosystem and I'm going to follow someone, I'm going to follow this guy. I'll show you that real quick here. Hold on. I don't know. My screen is being weird. Okay. That was weird. It just blacked out everybody. That was so weird.
It's working on our end.
It's where, all right. I'm glad you guys are seeing it because everything was black except for the middle part on my screen. Because I got something on my Chrome that like blacks everything out, and it literally just killed everything over here.
You all have been blacked.
You've been you've been blacked. All right. Let me play this. So obviously this was Deadly Headley posted this or reposted this after Astro Cyborg posted this. Astro Cyborg's always talking some smack about the Crossfire podcast. This is obviously
Shout out to Astro.
yeah, shout out to Astro holding it down, giving me some content. But in here, you got Messiah, Dreamcast guy, all my favorite hitters here. Gaming Grindhouse, Mooch, of course, it's Mooch's podcast, and Mr. Badbit. Mr. Badbit.
Why is he there?
Listen, that exactly, Umbra.
Bad
like, dude,
bit.
Actually, what's funny is, Umbra, you're right here, like, right, commenting right after, right? But listen to this. Listen to this shit.
And as we've called them, when we said it was dumb in 2017, now it's normal. Now we're starting to see PlayStation put their games on PC a year or two out, and exploring.
But they've
the
always
idea.
put games on PC. They've
But
always had games on PC.
Some games on PC, but you never saw like a temple like Last of Us or like a God of War on PC.
Okay, but The Last of Us is a PS3 game.
Well, I mean, like you take a look at the Last of Us Part 1 remake, right? That came out on PS5. Year later, it comes out on the.
It did, but it's still a remake of a PS3 game. So they're putting older games. They just put Ghosts of
Last of Us
Tsushima on
Part-
there.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah, that's a PS4 game.
Right.
Yeah.
But like what we're going to see, I mean, Ratchet and Clank, that's a PS5 game. Returnal, PS5 game. Out
Yeah.
on PC.
Yeah.
I think what it comes down to,
Helldivers.
I don't
Out on PC and PS5. It doesn't take away from the box.
Oh, I'm not saying
You
it
know,
does. I'm just saying, but yeah, they did put a bunch of old games on PC, which they
Yeah.
said they were going to do.
Sure, absolutely.
You know.
But one day that metric is gonna, or that language will change, and that window will get smaller. And I think that's
Oh,
absolutely
well, maybe
correct.
maybe one day the government announces extraterrestrial life, but we haven't gotten to that day yet.
The point-
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying.
Like,
I understand what
I
you're
don't know
saying.
why everybody's freaking out because, like,
Oh yeah, me either. I
that's
agree.
what probably happened. Like the
Yeah.
games aren't making as much money. They're not selling as much as they once were. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So, like, who cares? As long as I get the next God of War, I genuinely don't give a shit.
I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
And that is why I fuck with Badbit. I'm just saying, like, when I say, hey, not all these PlayStation guys are bad. Badbit's he's speaking facts there, man. It's like it's not that big of a deal. There's going to be PlayStation games going over there, and Messiah's first of all interrupting him every 2 seconds. Can't get even a fucking word in, which is absolutely reminiscent of that podcast. If you've ever seen anyone who says anything negative or anything positive about Xbox in any way, they'll try to shut you up as fast as possible. Look at what they did to, like,
get on there. I don't get it.
I don't understand. Like, a lot of people in the comments said, Joe, you're too good for that podcast. Why you going on that podcast? Because it's just, they can't think logically. Like, it's impossible for them to say anything positive.
That's the typical Sony pony fans, though.
That's I said last week I praised Badbit, and then that clip comes out days later, and I was like, this is why I fuck with Badbit, man. Like, he's a good dude. So if you guys, FarQ, it's a dumpster fire at Crossfire. I don't.
Rhetri, was that kind of you guys? Was it a POS of the week right there?
That was we kind of I've been we were supposed to actually do that every single week. But I was just like, I'll do it when it feels right. This one kind of felt right. So it was kind of a double thing. It was like I propped up Badbit while I shit on Crossfire once again because they deserve to get shit on.
They do. I still don't understand.
Get shit out.
I don't understand how
Just
people sit
old
there.
games going to PC. Just old games. Valve.
That wasn't even a kicker
It's
for
the
me. It was the
alien
metaphor.
comment. It's
Yeah,
the
that's what I
alien
commented
metaphor.
on.
That's what I was like, dude. Did you seriously
that
just
white
say that shit?
round with those straight jackets for that person.
That's why I said my man started talking about aliens. I'm like, oh hell no! You lost it, lost the plot when you started bringing up extraterrestrials.
Yeah, it's just dismissive of what Joe was saying. It's like, dude, it's happening right in front of your face, and Joe's just like, I'm fine with it. It doesn't take anything away from the box, which I don't think it does. I don't think a lot of people are going to move over in droves and get $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 PCs when there's a $500 box that does the same thing, essentially. I don't see it happening. There'll be a small percentage. There'll always be that percentage, but I don't think they're going to move over in droves just like they did with
out here
Xbox.
real quick, too?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I shout out to the PC people. Like I said, I'm anti-PC only when it comes to competitive shooters. ADS, I'm a competitive guy. I deal with a lot of PC pussy cheaters. PC for me stand for pussy cheaters. Only in the competitive side of things, man. I'm growing love for people outside of just regular PC gamers. I have no beef with you guys, but I only say all that to say we can't sit here and pretend and not acknowledge the fact that PC has been getting hit with bad port after bad port after bad port all generation, man. From Jedi Survivor, it's just too many to name. Hogwarts didn't run the best over there, so you guys sitting around with your $1,000 PC and you're still getting bad ports that's essentially running worse than what the Series X or PS5 is running. So it's like, it's a lot of things to factor into that. So I mean, like you can bring up all the positives about PC, you can bring up the negatives about Xbox and consoles in a whole, but games is for nine times out of 10, games is just gonna work on consoles. You feel what I'm saying? That's where a lot of the money is at for these devs. That's what they want to make sure they focus and polish and shit like that. And PC players has been getting a lot of bad ports this generation, man. So it's like, let's highlight everything. You know what I'm saying? Let's not just all point out the positives. There's a lot of positives.
It's not, dude. It is not. It is not all good. I can't listen. I'm very much in the middle. When I hear the PC Master Race guys, they talk way too much shit. They talk about all these games they get for cheaper, which is true if they wait for a sale. But these same guys are buying a lot of these games that come out day one and also spending $70, which they also said they would never fucking do in a million years.
Facts.
Except it's already happening. It's on Steam now. They're paying for them. So there's definitely like this pluses and minuses, right? Like when you have your Xbox, you just have an ecosystem. It's easy. It's cheaper. You sit on your couch, you relax, you game, and it 99% of the time, to your point, Nero, it just works. Now, there's another side to it where people are like, I don't want to mess with PC. It's so difficult. That's kind of complete bullshit. The whole I need to update drivers. It is so fucking easy. This is how much I deal with that problem. I update my driver about every 2 months, and I'm done. That's it. It's not that difficult.
Well,
the only other
that comes from the same people that brains was going up, like smoke was coming out of their ears and shit just from installing the SSD with a screwdriver to the PS5. So I mean,
right?
They're not the brightest. They're not the brightest monkeys hanging on a banana tree. They
There's extremes to this stuff, right? It's never like to the extreme that the internet makes it out to be. It's not that. It's so easy to update a driver these days. It's not even funny. But
I used to be one of those types
pros
too.
and cons.
I used to think that like, I got the drivers and I got to get the BIOS and I got to. But now
you'll
I
know
see
now.
Especially when you get a higher enough, modern PC at that. Like the one I'm using now is an outdated, dusty machine. It's 1650 in this thing, but it works right for now. I'm going to get something else for podcasting and such. But yeah, like once you get a capable one, you don't have to really worry about that. But I would say this to Nero's point, like it's not for everybody. Like some people, you want something where it just works, right? Now, to be fair, too, we've had trash efforts from some of these studios when it comes to every release, be it on console or PC.
No, everything.
Yeah. And
it's just been a thing. It's not even a PC problem. It's an everything problem now.
But you know what I respect about PC players, Umbra. You know what I respect about y'all, bro. PC players, they legit will not buy something if it's a bad fucking port. Console players will go buy a bad fucking version of a game. Just look at all you Sony dick riders out there buying shitty ass Rise of Ronin just for the sake of buying the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the difference between Xbox. Look, you can say what you want about Redfall.
Poor Rise of Ronin. What did it ever do to you?
But over on Xbox, if they release a bad game, guess what? We don't have to buy it. We can play it in Game Pass and we can still cat for it and make it seem whatever the fuck. You can like it or you can not. Whatever you want to do. You guys don't have that privilege. So you guys is running out there buying mid-ass shit like Rise of Ronin and looking fucking stupid while it's running like 1080p, 40 frames per second. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Speak with your wallet. But
you see the horse animations.
Oh my god!
I was like, nah. If I would have, I don't understand how you can even release that to the public the way that looks.
Facts,
like, come on,
facts.
Like the way that horse.
And you know what the sad part is? The game will be thriving if it came to Xbox and was in Game Pass instead of over there on PlayStation.
I believe that actually, but like I said, to go to the point, like it's not for everybody. Not everybody's trying to pay thousands of dollars for a PC either. So everything is for everybody in their own way. Like you know what I mean? Just
That's why consoles ain't going anywhere, in my opinion.
I guess my issue is the people who were diehards on the PlayStation 5 side. And now games, it's looking like they're going to go day and date to PC. Now they're like, PC's where it's at. And I'm just like, what? You've been holding it down, telling us how shit it is over on Xbox's side, but now you're just going to go, yeah, PC. It's just...
I mean, I totally expected that.
I mean, we knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen, but they're not losing out. If you already own the system, then there's no point, I mean, I guess getting rid of it. You've already got that digital library, and that's the thing is you have a digital library in that ecosystem. You would have to rebuild it up again on PC. And
Not really.
PlayStation, unlike Xbox, isn't going to have those Play Anywhere titles.
They'll make a storefront.
They're going to make you double dip.
Well, okay.
I just read that too.
You probably correct on that.
Hey, Rich, we might have some news. They dropped.
All right, Special Nick just dropped some juicy stuff. Hiroki Totoki, we're willing to publish on Xbox. Wow, where's that go? Okay,
shout out to Hiroki.
Discussions. What deal? This is Nero. Do we not praise Hiroki Totoki, my favorite name of an executive on this show? Shout out to Hiroki Totoki. Yeah. I love it. Oh, the salt. Oh, there's gonna be so much of it. Oh man, this is gonna be great. I can't wait to get on Twitter tonight.
I just tried to put the little pony thing in there from the layers, man. It's not fucking working, yo. Ah, man.
I knew I put the Helldivers image in your X banner for a reason, Nero.
Yes. Hey, I love that. Yo, listen. A broken fucking clock is right twice a day. Shout out to Sony and shout out to them Helldiver games for finally putting out a fucking good game. Bring that shit over here to Xbox, man. Bring that shit over here because guess what? We're gonna play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I guess what?
Wow.
There's gonna be more than just 4 million players playing that shit on Xbox. I can promise you that.
I was looking at the screen. I thought I saw a pony appear for a second.
There was.
That's okay.
It didn't pop up for me, but shit.
Yeah.
It did pop up for you. It popped up for the rest of us, Nero. It's working.
Cool.
It's working.
There it is.
Yeah. Bring them out, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is fine. This is fine.
Yeah. Everything's fine, guys. It's not all burning.
Everything is okay. Our games is on the PC. It's okay.
I didn't even see the caption at first. I just saw the
Then now
fire
coming
around
to
it.
Xbox.
I love it. Thank you.
We knew that was
Nick.
happening. We got MLB The Show on Xbox, and it's obvious that they were going to be putting games on Xbox.
But I mean, to be fair, the MLB thing had nothing to do with Sony. It was MLB themselves. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't matter. You could tell anyone till they're blue in the face it had nothing to do with Sony. It was still a IP that had been predominantly on their platform as an exclusive for how many years, and the community behind them was so butthurt because of that, even though it had nothing to do with Sony.
Yeah,
I think that's the only way that they were okay with this. And this is a third-party game, right?
Yep, it is.
Technically now, instead of second party. So I was going to play it on PC.
News,
I'm now going to wait for Xbox.
That's great news, man. Yo, shout out to the chat. Anytime y'all see breaking news like that, trust me,
every
that's what
time
I'm gonna bring it to the. I'm gonna bring it to the light.
Bring it to the forefront. Shout out to Joey for joining us tonight too, man. I don't know what he's asking about. Where I don't know if he's talking about the news that just dropped, but
look,
Joey,
also, let me find this comment again, man, because somebody just said, shout out to Jax83. Thanks for subscribing. He said, I recently bought Quantum Error on sale for $16. Listen, my guy, that was $13 too much.
I was going to say, I don't think I would pay that much.
Listen, we love you. Thank you for the sub. Make sure you hit that like button. But
I appreciate you, Jax, because you were the bravest guy in this room right now for putting that, because we put a lot of chats up here. So good on you for being brave enough to write that. I love it. That's by the way, Panda. You haven't seen this yet. This is our new animation for the like button. Hopefully, you're seeing it now because I don't know if Next Gen Nero's seeing it.
I'm seeing it. I didn't do it this time, so I'm seeing it. I guess now that somebody else.
Okay,
how long does it keep coming up?
I can kill it. I can kill it. I was just trying to get y'all to hit the like button. But all right, we got to get through some stuff because we're literally in the quick news section.
Let's get it.
Sea of Thieves hit 40 million players. Congratulations to Sea of Thieves. Obviously,
That's without PlayStation players.
That is without PlayStation we don't players. Need y'all. You feel what I'm saying? We don't need y'all, but we want y'all money.
Right. Phil feels a different way. We don't need you, but we'll definitely take your money. Yeah. Fallout Season 2 has been confirmed officially. Kind of already heard they were kind of confirmed, but now it's officially confirmed from Amazon. There's also a California tax break, so the next season will probably be filmed in California. There's about $153 million set up between 12 shows, and it sounds like the show that'll probably get the most amount of money out of those 12 shows will be Fallout. So they're getting a big tax break in California. I think they were filming in New York and Jersey, maybe this past season. So that's good news. So confirmed. Great. Another quick thing on the news is Kena Bridge of Spirits looks like it's going to be released for Xbox consoles after it was classified for the Series X and S by the Entertainment Software Ratings Board. So came up with the ratings. This is how a lot of data miners find out about a lot of things. They look at the ESRB as well. Very much. I was very much looking forward to Kena Bridge of Spirits. That game looked great. I know it's their first game for that studio, so I'm definitely looking forward to that coming to the Xbox. Yeah, I think it looks like a fire game.
Yeah, those smaller like third party games, I don't mind supporting when they do come to Xbox. Stuff like Stray.
I saw a lot of people who were like, "Fuck you! You didn't come to the Xbox first. I'm not supporting you." I'm not one of those people. I'm a gamer. If it looks good, I will. If it looks too good, I'm a break. Even if I'll probably go against some of my moral fibers. I don't really feel a certain way about that game in particular.
I understand why people feel that way, Rhetri, and I'm not gonna say that they're wrong. Me personally, I'm like you. I'm a gamer. I'm a player. I'll support your game when it comes to Xbox, but I'll buy that shit not for full price. You want to treat me like a second-class citizen and come late, then you're going to get a late fee. You're not going to get
maybe you're going to get a late fee.
Hell yeah.
Get a fucking late fee.
Listen, if it comes to Game Pass, though, just say
I will not be paying.
If it comes to Game Pass, I will review that shit and sing its praises.
Now, are you not? Panda? Are you not going to buy it because it didn't come to?
I will buy it,
but not full price.
But not full price, mainly because of what the devs kind of said when that game was in production, like still working on it.
They were kind of dicks, right? If I remember correct,
they called out, yeah.
I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Do that if your game's eventually coming to that platform. Don't piss off the people who are potentially your future consumer base.
I'm glad you brought that up, Panda. I actually completely forgot about that.
That's news to me.
I forgot about that. See, now you just changed Nero. Now Nero's going to give him $0.
Fuck them in that little shitty ass game. Fuck them.
I want to play it because those little black things are just so cute.
Dude, I know. I kind of like games like this. It's got my name written all over it.
It looks gorgeous, but I will not be paying full price for it.
I actually own it. I actually own it.
Oh, do you?
I bought it on PC, believe it or not, way back. Like I played it on this trash computer here that I'm using, but.
Yeah,
and it worked too, but I haven't played all the way through it. But I feel a way. I've always felt the way when a game would have like a 2 to 3 year layover before it finally comes to Xbox. I'm like, I'm not buying that. And if I do get it, it's going to be discounted. It's going to be when it's on sale for super cheap. So I'm kind of in the same vein. If it ever comes to Xbox, I wouldn't mind getting those achievements for it, but I'm not paying full price for it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Also, like economy wise, you've got to be smarter with your money. You can't just go out and buy every game that comes out.
No, definitely not.
You may need to wait for
these
sale.
Days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's several years old. There is a possibility it does go to Game Pass. And Microsoft wouldn't have to give them a big bag to get it into Game Pass because nobody's buying that game right now. Like nobody's buying that shit.
But to be fair, Rhetri, you know how Sony do like with these backhanded contracts. Like, hey, look,
of course,
you can go over there, but you can't go to Game Pass until 10 years down the road. Like. They're real,
which is exactly why I think, which is exactly why Tales of Kinzara is not on Game Pass right now, in my opinion, because there's no effing way I would have taken that one. There's no way I would not have taken what looks like a new Ori game into Game Pass if I'm Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. So in my opinion, that only happened because it's on PlayStation Plus, which I praise them for doing. Like it was smart. It was definitely smart for them to get that game. Very good game. The next thing, at least let's get to a main topic here. I'm going to skip around a lot because we are very far into the show and we're just hitting like one of our main topics right now. So,
we can talk apparently.
In our defense, the Aim Down Sights podcast is just such a fucking vibe, man. We just get in here, we chat, we sip our coffee.
Where you going with that, Nero?
You know what I'm saying? We just a fucking chill chat. You know what I'm saying? Just a chill podcast. You know?
Shout out to the 132 people watching us across
Twitter and
love
YouTube. You guys.
Like,
across our ecosystem. We're like Xbox of this motherfucker. Sharing is caring. We don't.
Get good. I see you in the chat.
I'm kind of disappointed in the chat. I have yet to see not one fuck IGN comment.
Yeah, I thought we talked to you guys about this. I thought
come on, man. What are we doing here?
I'll accept a hashtag fuck Kotaku. That's also accepted.
Exactly.
Here. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we're never getting anyone from IGN on this podcast. And if they do, they're going to get harassed. So I'm not going to put anyone through that.
Out of them. Like,
no Ryan McCaffrey's coming here.
People come on this podcast. Listen, I'm the dick around here. All right, I'm the proud. Look, the bad guy is never bad. Media.
Nero's owning. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to be the bad guy. Nero's like, nah, Rhetri, I get this. I'm good.
Listen, the bad guy is never a bad guy in his own mind. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm very true.
You're the protagonist in your story.
The aim down.
I'm like Mr. Freeze. I'm trying to save my wife, which is Xbox. I'm trying to save media. You know what I'm saying? I got a good reason to be like this. Okay.
The aim down sites, views, and expressions are not that of the fix.
There you go. Yeah. Umbra's very more accepting and loving to everybody. We're a little closed book here. That's a little bit.
Look at all them fuck IGNs in the chat. I love y'all.
Yeah,
man.
we kind of toe the line of like a Dirt Griggity, I'd say, in this podcast. Sometimes we get a little nasty.
Shout out Dirt.
Shout out to Dirt. Our first guest ever, by the way.
You know what's funny? That's the first podcast I ever was invited on. Dirt, man. He reached out.
Was it really?
Yep. Years ago, and that's why I'm the way I am now.
It's Dirt's fault. You blame Dirt. That's why Nero is the way he is.
Grandmaster no longer a Padawan there, Nero.
Yeah. What's up, Peter? We'll definitely have to play some more Halo again soon, and then Panda can fuck us up. But I tell you, man, when Peter finally beat you, though, he let you know he beat you. He was very proud. I do the same thing. And anytime we beat Panda, ever. It doesn't matter if there's 40 people playing. If I'm one tick above her, I'll let her know that I beat her. And then she'll always be like, what was your ping at? And I'm like, fuck you, Panda, with that ping bullshit. Yeah. All right. So the next subject is, I thought this was interesting. I'm very curious to see where everyone kind of stands on this. The Star Wars Outlaws is locking Jabba Hutt mission behind $110 premium edition version of the game, essentially like locking it behind you having to pay more. I'm guessing you guys all know about this. You all kind of heard about this, the Star Wars Outlaw thing, but I'm curious to see how some people were fine with this. It's like, it was clarified that you're not going to miss out on Jabba the Hutt altogether. Right, you're still going to have Jabba the Hutt, some missions with him or with the fat motherfucker. But
are you fat shaming him?
Yes.
How dare you body shame Jabba?
I know. What?
This is why I'll get canceled.
Spaceballs, Panda.
I know, Pizza the Hut. Such a good movie. This is why we can't get anything done here. We all have ADD. It should be ADS. It should be the ADD podcast. But I'll go to you, Umbra, our special guest tonight. What's your take on this? Do you have an issue with this, or do you think it's just kind of more of the same? We saw it happen with Hogwarts with PlayStation.
Did not like that. Yeah.
But correct me though. But it wasn't more money though, right? On PlayStation, it was the same amount, wasn't it?
It was the same price, from my understanding.
It was just locked down behind the PlayStation ecosystem, essentially,
it was a
pre-order,
pre-order bonus. Yeah. So that's the thing, and this is what bothers me. If you buy the standard, it's $70 here, right? I'm not sure how much it is over there for the Kiwis, Panda, but I'm guessing it's like probably $20-30 more over there as far as like how it looks. Yeah, I know you all have a different rate of pay, like how it works and everything, equal. I can't think of the word in my mind, but regardless, I know, like, for instance, Australia, for instance, like the 70 is like 90 something or 100. But anyway, so $70, just going off America. We have it at you get the base game, you get the pre-order bonus if you pre-order it, obviously, which is extra mission or something like that. What the problem with that is automatically off top is if you don't pre-order, you're not getting that, right? So that's cut content. That's not like they didn't have it ready already. That's there already and ready. You're just going to you get incentivized to buy or buy into the game early, or you're just going to miss out on that extra mission. I don't want to miss out on nothing. Give me everything for my $70. I don't want to pay $70. Then I'm giving you $70. That's for the base. That's standard edition. So standard automatically you get the base game, and if you pay get it pre-ordered, you get the pre-order bonus. But if you don't pre-order it, you miss out on that extra mission or whatever is included in that pre-order bonus. And I don't like that practice already. They did that with more than a few things. Actually, Ubisoft is guilty of doing that with Valhalla too. They've done it before.
Yep.
So wait, is it just the base game, but if you pre-order, you get it included when you pre-order it?
Yeah, if you pre-order it, you get it with it, which is
not
$120. Well, it's 70 still, right? It's 70, but so that's the standard edition. Now you have the gold edition, which is $110,
and which is $190.
Right. So over 190 for you guys. So you get the pre-order, you get 3 days early access and the season pass. Now here's another problem.
That's another edition too, by the way.
Right. That's another edition. So now it's 3 days early access, and a lot of people have problems with that. Whereas, so you get the game early if you buy this $110 version, $190 for you guys. And so you get the game early and play it. We have to wait until then. So the 3 days early is actually the real release date. So a lot of people have problems with that.
Right.
How much is the Ultimate Edition over in the States? The Ultimate Edition is
$130.
The Ultimate Edition is $220.
Oh my God, I must puke. Come on.
And the ultimate, you get all of that, the season pass, and you get
season pass, all the shit.
The bundles and stuff like that with additional.
But with the early access thing, Umbra, like we did that with Starfield. We did what was it? Forza too? Did Forza do that as well?
I can't remember what Forza, but Starfield absolutely did it.
Starfield absolutely did, right? But we
bought
knew.
It too.
I did too.
You know that this mission going to be a microtransaction. Ubisoft going to be figuring out how to microtransaction the shit out of you.
But do you guys have an issue with the early access? I didn't have here's the thing. I don't, and here's why though. I didn't have an issue, at least with the way. I guess this is different, right? This is much a move. Starfield, because I knew I was getting DLC. I was already prepaying for DLC. It wasn't just people focused so hard on the early access part and completely ignored that you were getting the season pass DLC with it, whatever you want to call it, Shattered Space. And that bothered the fuck out of me. I'm like, why are you guys complaining? Like, we were getting. Like I don't see a problem with that. 3 days is 3 days. I kind of think people may be complaining about something that's if you're paying more money just for early access, then I would have ripped the internet in half. I would have spoken up. I would have been pissed off about it. But you're not just getting early access; you were getting content as well. Yeah, the season pass. How do you guys feel about that? You don't like that, Panda, the early access stuff?
I think for me, it's more around it was palatable for Starfield because of the fact that I was already getting it through Game Pass, so I only paid the additional price to get early access. Yeah. That's all I did. I didn't buy the game. I just paid that little bit to get early access. It was like $35, and then I got in to play Starfield. 5 days early access. I was really happy with that. For this, I mean, if I want to spend that money, I guess that's on me. But honestly, for me, I wouldn't.
This one feels scummier to me. I don't like.
Yeah, it does.
To be clear, I do not. This is not. I'm not comparing. I don't think Starfield and what Outlaws is doing is the same. I'm actually trying to make a point.
$40 though, so it was cheap. It was cheap as hell Starfield. So yeah.
Yeah, it was less money. Nero, let's go to you on this whole Outlaws thing. What's your 2 cents about this locked mission paying $110 for the premium?
I feel like it's really scummy because Star Wars is such a big fucking brand and IP. They know people is going to do that for the people that love Star Wars. And let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest. The game looks fucking dope to me. It looks really intriguing.
It looks great.
I see about it. I'm gonna be honest. Ubisoft has kind of been turning the corner for me personally. I loved Assassin's Creed Mirage. I was a fan of Valhalla, even though it's too fucking bloated. I enjoy.
What about Avatar?
Prince of Persia. I have yet to play that, but what I
Okay.
do want to say is what I think is really dope is that Ubisoft is doing day and date in their subscription as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
me
I
personally,
mean, they should at the price point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's $18. They
Yeah,
absolutely should. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like me personally, what I'm going to do, when that game drops, I'm gonna subscribe to Ubisoft
Yep.
Plus for a month,
Yep.
and I'm going
Yep.
to install every
Mhm.
fucking Ubisoft game I've been wanting to play. You know, whether it's Watch Dogs Legion, Avatar game, and Star Wars Outlaws. I will have a Ubisoft month. But yeah, I think it's pretty scummy. I seen somebody in the chat saying this is not new. Games.
I don't care. I
doing this,
hate
but
that. Yeah,
that
listen,
don't
stop
make it
saying that
okay.
shit, bro. I
Like,
don't
that
give a
don't
fuck
make
if
it
it's
okay,
50
my
years
man.
old. It
Facts.
doesn't mean it's okay.
Exactly,
Like
bro.
you've been doing wrong forever, so it's okay because they continue to do this
Exactly.
bullshit.
Wait,
And
Bro,
then-
that's I'm
Yo.
if
sorry.
you subscribe
Come
to
on, man.
Ubisoft Plus, quick
Mhm.
question: do you get early access on this game?
You
that's
Ooh.
get everything.
I
I don't
would
know if you get
assume.
early access.
See, that would be fine.
Yeah, you do, you
Subscribe to Ubisoft Plus, and you
think-
get
yeah.
3-day
You
early
get
access,
everything.
and that would be like, oh, that's what they kind of did with Starfield.
That's what they want
Kinda.
you to do. This is why they're
Yeah.
pricing it this way.
I think
that's
you
part
might
of the
be right,
scummier
Umbra.
practice for it.
This could be just like what Nero said, because I'm going to do the same damn thing.
I'm
I am
thinking of doing it
subscribing
too.
for a month. I think a lot of people are going to do this. You subscribe for the month, and then I guess you should get the Job of the Hut
You get
thing
everything.
that's missing. Correct?
Literally.
You get it all, and maybe that actually makes them more money than the sales of the it's $200 for a frickin' Panda. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So maybe it actually will work out because the people who are going to buy those ultimate editions are usually like the whales. They'll buy anything every time. They'll always get those things. Well, the
The
majority
only
of
time I
folks do
spend
not do that.
$200 on a pre-order of a video game is when I get like a statue and a whole heap of other things.
Right?
to
Yeah.
put on my-
Give me a
That's
statue.
that's when I'm buying that shit, not
Yeah.
just
Not
for
for a
like
digital game.
electronic
Exactly.
content.
Yeah.
And
It's got to
why
have
it's-
something physical come with it. I agree
I think
with
that's
you.
why so many people are kind of like, what? Because you're only getting the game. You're not getting some type of memorabilia.
Yeah.
And that's why
But
a lot
you're
of people
paying
put them
for
away.
fucking Star Wars
Yeah.
right there. That's what you're paying for. You're paying
Yep.
for the name.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Pretty much, man.
Ubisoft
So,
just includes the ultimate edition of all their games. It's not specific to this game. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Good
cool
to know.
though. Yeah, because you do get like Hargeet, for instance, uses it, so you get everything right with all the games with this at the $17.99 price range at least for Ubisoft Plus. But like, you get the base game pre-order bonus, 3 days early access, season pass, in the Rogue Infiltrator bundle, the Sabak Shark bundle, and a digital art book. All of that is included with the subscription. And that seems to, I know that's what they're aiming at. That's what they want people to do.
Dude,
And I think I might
everybody's
do it
going to
too.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's going
But
to be
you
a
can't,
ton of
you
people who are
can't
going to
do
do
what
that.
you do currently, I guess, with Ubisoft Plus. I would have to subscribe myself, and then I'd have to get my sister to subscribe, right? Right now, I share all my...
Oh, yeah.
I would assume. Yeah.
They don't
I
have
like
a
to
family.
share.
Hargeet, they don't have a family version, right?
nah,
It's
I
not
don't think
of
so.
that. It just is what it is, right? I
But
think.
see, that's the dope thing. Like, when you subscribe, a lot of people gonna subscribe for only Star Wars Outlaws, but Ubisoft got some dope games that's
No, they
worth
do.
playing, man.
They
You know
do.
what I'm saying?
I
Like,
still haven't played Prince of Persia, and I was gonna
that's
rent
a
the
great
service
game.
just for that because
Really
I thought it was priced too
game.
high. Because I thought
I'ma be
$50
honest,
was too high for
Rhetri,
that.
I honestly think it would be worth it, even right now at this moment, to subscribe for a month. And I think Prince of Persia was a really great game, man. I really enjoyed that game.
It's
Yeah,
spectacular.
a lot of people. I mean, I know anyone who didn't like Prince. I didn't hear a single person go, "I didn't like Prince of Persia." So
And there's a lot of
obviously it must
good
be
moments in that game as well, man. Just even on the normal difficulty, there's a lot of moments that's gonna try you. And the Assassin's Creed Red game, if that's coming this year, you can honestly wait until December, right, and have a whole December
just binge
dedicated to Ubisoft. I'm telling you, man, like that's the way, yo. Like,
Do the Netflix
Nope.
model for Ubisoft. That was my plan. I was waiting for multiple games came down. I was going to play Avatar and Prince of Persia, just subscribe for a month. But now these more games are coming out that I like. I don't know if I could finish all those in a month, to be honest with you.
it's gonna
But
make it tough.
I
So
might
Hargeet
try.
said that there is no family plan, he believes, but you can, if you're game sharing, you can do
yeah,
it that way.
game sharing.
Hey,
So
who
that
want to
should
game
work.
share me with their Ubisoft Plus?
So you
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
game
that's
share?
true.
Okay, that would be like the only time I would probably look at doing it, because my sister and I like share games all the time. That's how we do it.
Abdel, exactly.
I
Love
agree.
me some subscription gaming. This is why it's so
Definitely.
good, guys.
Yep.
Like I don't like I don't. I just care about having the experience. It's like a movie. I get it.
Yep,
I'm gone.
yep.
I'm out. I don't.
Facts.
Ownership doesn't mean as much as it used to
It does not.
now these days. It just does. First of all,
No.
you don't own it anyways. Let's be fucking
You're
honest. We saw
fucking
what happened
cooking,
with
Rhetri.
Sony.
You're
They
fucking
literally
cooking,
they took all of your shit and said buy all your movies you paid for. The digital storefront. It's a very scary place right now. You don't own fucking anything. I don't care if you have it physically. You don't own shit anymore. So. But for me, I just like to consume and move on. So that's why, like Ubisoft Plus, I don't think it's a good deal personally, but I think it's a great deal if you get in, get out. Because at a full time on Ubisoft Plus, you get 60 games. On Game Pass, you're getting hundreds. So and it's priced the same. So I'm just like, my mind can't wrap around what you get for Ubisoft versus what you get for Game Pass. I get you get the Ultimate Editions, and some people care about that. I don't usually give a shit about the Ultimate Edition,
But
and I think
Rhetri,
majority of people
so
don't.
Smart. They so smart because they know you just gonna take more than a month to beat them bloated ass games.
Yes, which is why I probably paid.
I mean, 2 years for Valhalla. 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
They would have had my money for 2 years.
You're not wrong. Yeah, he's definitely right about that one. All right, let's move on to the next thing. We're cruising along here. Microsoft, Xbox. This is a Windows Central article. Shout out to Jez Gordon. Microsoft, Xbox has taken over Sony's PlayStation Store. Microsoft Xbox platform has effectively taken over its arch console rivals storefront, owing to its absolutely massive content investment strategy. He says Microsoft Gaming is a new entity with Microsoft, under which Bethesda, Activision Blizzard, and Xbox all sit. The division is bigger than Windows itself as of last quarter. That still blows my mind that the gaming is bigger than Windows, owing to the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, of course. Yeah, Activision Blizzard definitely helped that, and continued growth of mega franchises like Fallout, Minecraft, and Overwatch. I love that he puts in Overwatch. He's an Overwatch fan. To that, we all know that's really Overwatch ain't doing so hot. To that end, Microsoft's massive gaming investments have seen it become one of, if not the biggest publisher on arch console rival PlayStation itself. Spotted by Derek Strickland over at Tweaktown, it seems that Microsoft's Xbox platform has effectively taken over its rival console storefront, owning to its absolutely massive content investment strategy. Let's see.
Make the Xbox, right? That's what they're doing.
I mean, Derek was saying in a tweet that he posted, he said Microsoft currently has more games on the PlayStation Store's top 25 bestsellers list than Sony does. This list includes 2 Fallout games and 2 first-party Microsoft titles that were previously only available on Xbox consoles.
What a fucking beautiful thing to see, man! Like, listen,
it's one of those things, right? They're stupid for doing it until it works.
It's a gift and a curse, I would say.
It's absolutely Umbra. Like you can't like win when you come out and say, "Hey, we're gonna be sharing games with this other platform. Let's see how it does." And then everyone hates you for it, but then it works. And as a company, you're gonna continue doing that thing if it works. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest, man. If putting games on PlayStation here and there, keyboard here and there, and real selectively, if that keep Game Pass price just where it's at now, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But the moment you start
with you, Nero,
games over there, and then Game Pass jump up to $20 for Ultimate or $25, and it's like, all right, what are we doing here? What benefits are we getting as Xbox fans from you putting your games over there? Right now, certain games like Sea of Thieves,
fair.
You can't tell me player base. I mean, we got 40 million players on Sea of Thieves. We don't fucking need PlayStation on Sea of Thieves to have more people on those oceans and those boats. We're doing just
that's not concurrent. That's anyone who's ever even opened up.
Yeah, true.
Sea of Thieves. But so I don't know what their concurrent numbers are. I'm pretty sure they're solid though. I don't think Sea of Thieves has like an issue, but it is Microsoft. They are a huge corporation. they're never gonna. They don't want to ever really say no to more money, especially on a gas game. Sea of Thieves doesn't really bother me. It's a 6-year-old game,
right? Yeah.
So
I mean, my biggest thing now with Sea of Thieves, though, is you now know it's gonna like Xbox tax. You now know it's gonna get the Game of the Year awards. Gonna get like
best ongoing game, best
ongoing
game.
game. And I'll be
coming.
like, motherfuckers,
sons of bitches.
So the 24-hour peak, by the way, was 22,377, and right now playing
in the last 24 hours. Okay,
12,742. That's on Steam.
Which means right. That's on and it's Steam alone. So a lot of people will bring that up. So those numbers are probably much higher.
Exactly,
Xbox has probably got it much higher on Xbox, but even on Steam, you got things like Fallout because of the show now trouncing essentially on Steam is beating the heck out of Sea of Thieves, which is great. Like if you know. Apparently old games can come back. So
absolutely, hell, it was leading in the UK. The Fallout.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Fallout was number one. I think it was Fallout 4, right? Was number one in the UK.
Yep.
So all those guys talking shit about Bethesda, I don't think they're as bad as
that show.
make them out to be.
That show built so much hype.
Dude, it did.
Really
It works. Like there was no world in where I was touching Fallout 76. I just gave up on it. It was too late. Like,
and that's saying a lot for you, by the way, because I watch. You know why?
I don't go back.
Look, this is why I know it's a lot for him, because I caught this man playing Redfall with his buddies on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah.
Routinely.
And,
yeah. And he's like, I'm not going back to Fallout 76. So he fully gave up on it.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Like I don't like to give a lot of second chances ever. Like if you screwed up out the gate, like I said this a week or two ago on the podcast, I said Cyberpunk is lucky not that they give a shit about me playing it, but they're lucky I ever played it, because I thought about just sending a signal to them because they fucked up so bad on the release that I was just not going to purchase it to teach them a lesson.
What's so messed up about that? Because they sold so well, like you would not have mattered at all.
No. But the funny thing is, I know I didn't matter because their pre-sales, they were already profitable before they even released. So I knew, but you know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like a principle. It was a principle thing. Principalities. I didn't matter whatsoever. Yeah. But I'm
one of the rare ones who didn't really have that many issues with Cyberpunk, though. Just off topic, but I had it on Xbox One X when I played it. Had slight little issues, nothing game breaking or anything like that. So I came away loving the game, man.
I loved the game when I first played it. Like I had no issues. I was playing on the Series X. I had no issues.
Yeah. I waited till
it was on a good state. I played at 60 FPS. I tried the 30, and it's one of those games where I can't play 30 on that title at all. It's literally just makes me nauseous.
Yo, people have to realize it's a difference between 30s, yo.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, Starfield in 30 FPS feels god tier.
It's the frame pacing.
Definitely. That's very important, man. And just like Forza Motorsport, I only play that in the quality mode. I want all that shit. 4K ray tracing on the track, off the track. God damn it, give it to me. I want it all.
I almost went PC Master Race, but I stopped myself.
I have your back, Umbra. You're in a safe space. They will hate you, but I got your back.
I had to bite my tongue. I was about to say I can get it all, but I stopped myself. But I was going to say though, onto this topic here. I say it's a gift and a curse because I mean, you said it already. Like this, the good thing is, these games are doing well. You're like, yay, they're doing well. Then it's like, no, they're doing well.
Right. And what else is coming? What's next?
Exactly, because we already know that means that if they're seeing this and everybody keeps calling them the Bing counter, see this doing well enough, well then they're gonna say what's next, and then where does that stop, right? And that goes back to we've been warned and forewarned about with brother Tim Dog, who's been out there, waving the apocalyptic flag out there. So,
the end is nigh.
The end is nigh. So shout out to Tim Dog. But I do wonder where this is going to take things. That's the worry I have, because I like somebody has said, it'll probably only just be multiplayer games, right?
Nah.
They were like, they got Hi-Fi Rush and they got Pentiment, because what's Pentiment really going to do?
I think they're going to keep some tentpole titles.
I think it's going to be tentpole.
I think,
I
yeah,
think, but I think that number is going to shrink more than people realize.
Yeah, and then I think outside of that, everything's going everywhere.
I kind of agree with Panda. Like, and the sign for me was not outside of gas. It wasn't Pentiment. It was Hi-Fi Rush. Mm-hmm. It was such a gem for us, and it wasn't that old. It was only a year old. It was such a revered game, and you're already handing it over. That's the one that spoke more to me than any other game in my personal 100%. Opinion. Gas, because nobody had. I wasn't hearing a lot of controversy from Xbox guys when it came to the gas games. They're like, take an old gas game, like gas game all day. I don't care. Take all the gas games you want. True. We understand because we want the player base to be larger. But they're like, you're taking fucking Hi-Fi Rush?
Right.
No, you don't.
Single
That's
player game. It was well received.
Exactly.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit. But then
that one hurt.
So when I said, hey, I can see live service games, they said, well, Umbra, what about if they bring Halo? That's live service. I was like, don't you dare. I said,
I know.
Hush your terrible.
Don't you dare.
Hush your heifer mouth. Yeah, I didn't like
I think multiplayer for Halo would be smart to go multi-platform, but single player story might stay.
Can you imagine?
I believe
man.
Said the same thing. She said,
I'm going to stay off of Twitter. I'm scared to go on Twitter if that happens. I'm going to get attacked.
I'm going to be one of attacking people. I'm going to be out there attacking you.
Yeah, but you know how many hardcore Halo people there are. Like, they get on there and they start playing Halo with the hardcore. They'll be like, it's too sweaty. We're not.
Oh, you know what?
That's the one thing.
I love that you said that, Panda.
Yeah, that'd be the funniest part about it. They'd be like, "Well, you're cheating. You on PC? Nope, we're on Xbox."
I will say this.
Nah, we're just that good.
Yeah,
get good.
I want to say I'm pretty much in agreement with Umbra and you guys, but I will say this. It's a part of me, like I said, I love Bethesda. I'm in Bethesda defense mode. Like, I love Starfield. I think it's the best game to drop this generation. The only way Starfield will fully ever get that acknowledgement is when it go to PlayStation and be number one in the PlayStation store for an entire year, because it's the best game to drop this generation. And they will buy that shit up. Can't nobody tell me right now, if Starfield was to go to PlayStation, that it wouldn't be the number one. It wouldn't sell at least 2-3 million off rip.
You heard
I 100% agree with you.
Go and
here's why.
You didn't really enjoy it that much on.
They're full of shit.
The DualSense changed my opinion. The DualSense opened my eyes.
It's gonna come to PlayStation. I'll buy it.
Feedback.
And I was like, why would you buy a second copy of a game that you don't like? Like, that shows how much of a lie you say.
They're gonna be like this. They're gonna feeling the DualSense rumble as I take off and go into a cutscene of a loading screen for 2 seconds, thanks to the SSD. Bitch, it was 2 seconds over here too. All right, let's start there.
They really do.
But I can just see them.
Nero is absolutely right. If they had Starfield, they'd be all over it. This what we were just talking about, I feel like absolutely proves that when you got old ass Fallout games, show or not, and they're charting all over. There's the 7 out of the 25 best selling games on PlayStation Store are Xbox branded or Xbox IPs. That 2 Fallout games, Fallout 4 being number 16. You got Fallout 76 at number 20. Call of Duty at number 2, obviously. Overwatch 2 is at number 7, for God's sakes.
Rhetri, you've got to remember that was old Bethesda before Microsoft got their claws into them.
Before they changed them.
Yeah. So that's
before they went through the transformation.
Fallout. Like, I can't,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, right? They made fun of, the goalpost just keeps on moving. They'll never come to PC. Now it's years from PC. Day and date, but not all the games date. Okay, keep moving the fucking goalpost. Just keep moving it, right?
Everything's going.
Everything's going, guys. I just love that this came out and how many IPs are being loved by the.
I'm looking forward to playing Helldivers 2 on Xbox.
Yeah. And we talking about games going to other platforms. Let me kill something real too. Look, I see a lot of people upset about fucking Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves having better fucking shadow quality on the PlayStation. But do you guys not realize when a game go to PlayStation, they're literally getting the latest version of that game? We're going to get a patch, but they're literally getting the latest, most up-to-date version of the game. It's literally getting ported over. So they're going to
also spend more time on that game before it was on the platform.
I agree and disagree at the same time.
Now hold up, Rhetri. I'm with you, bro. That shit pissed me off.
But they actually said it was a bug and they fixed it because the PC version should have been better. So
okay, I didn't hear that. So that's news to me. So I'm glad you brought that up, Panda. Because sometimes I just miss stuff. There's so much shit that comes through on the feed.
Part of my problem here, by the way, a lot of these games that they're sending over, for instance, Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, had better whatever than Xbox did. I don't like that. It's just optically,
like
it looks, optically, it's like it sends a terrible.
It's the optics. It's not about your average. Nobody's gonna notice this. Literally 0% of people will actually notice it. It's the optics. It's the fact that the hardcore knows it, and the optics just don't look good. And to Abdel just said, Phil, don't take this as a sign that everything is coming. It's not, quote unquote. To Abdel's point, Phil did say, I'm not going to bring over things that are going to directly affect negatively the Xbox and Xbox ecosystem. He did say that. So we're talking about games that are being ported over or whatever, to Abdel's point. Yeah. But I'm with you guys. Like,
as much as I love
the
Phil
optics
Spencer,
don't look good.
As much as I love you, Phil, and this is no slander towards you, King. I love you, Phil Spencer. But listen, bro, you can say what the fuck you want to say, but if them higher ups come to you and say, yo, Starfield going over there next week, let's do it. Is you gonna stand up for the people and say no? This is gonna damage the brand, or are you gonna bend that knee and say, "Yo, I mean, I guess it got to go over there," because certain games, I'm not gonna lie, certain games need to be exclusive. I'm okay with a case by case, game by game basis, and as I play more game, me personally, I feel like the whole world should be able to experience Starfield, right? So everybody should be able to play, but at the same time, the whole world should be able to experience Spider-Man, even though I think it's weird as fuck.
Well, I think it's Microsoft. Agreed. Do they hate Sony's practices more, or do they like money more?
Money. Every time.
It's always been every time.
Yeah. You see them record-breaking profits, Panda. You see us making all that money over here. The green.
You keep my Game Pass prices down, please.
I love that Nero mentioned that, because that, to me, Game Pass is the most important thing. It's what I put up on a pedestal. Do not fuck with my Game Pass. I don't want to see the prices going. That I don't want to get past like $20. I think $20 will be fine if you buy some more studios. Get me Capcom and I won't bitch.
Game Pass is so cheap. EA Play go up in price. That might impact Game Pass's prices, right? Because they have a deal with EA Play. EA whatever, and they have that in the subscription. But that's going up in price, so that might impact Game Pass's price.
Maybe that's actually I'm going there. I am going there next. So let's get into that.
Ubisoft Plus is more expensive than Game Pass, which is why I've kind of not pulled the trigger
on it. Right.
I think they're the same price now, aren't they? Isn't it both?
Is it 18? Right? They're both 18.
$17.99, but for both, is it both?
I think they're the same now. But EA, to Panda's point, let me get onto this next. There you go, Abdel. Give me Sega. I'll take. Yeah, I'm not greedy. I'll take Sega. EA Play is getting more expensive soon. Not surprising. So the EA Play subscription services price is increasing this summer. I think it's actually next month, with the standard tier rising from $4.99 to $5.99 per month. The Pro tier is also increasing from $14.99 to $16.99 per month, with an annual rise from $179.99 to $200. Price hikes are impacting many video game services in industry, including Xbox, which already went up, and PlayStation Plus, which already went up. I don't think this is a huge hike, and you could be right, Panda. It could eventually affect them, but there's contracts in place. I don't know when those contracts end. So those contracts could be for many more years. So Xbox and EA Play might have a locked in price already. But my kind of the angle I was taking is every time things go up everywhere else, Game Pass becomes more valuable. When prices went from $60 to $70, my first thought was, Game Pass just became more valuable. That's how my brain works, at least in that, personally. And I kind of thought the same thing about EA Play. I'm like, all right, great. So EA Play is going up, which essentially just made Game Pass just a little bit more valuable for me. Now we get EA Play. We don't get that stuff day and date. You got to wait anywhere from
6 to 12 months.
6 to 12 months, but very rarely do we not get a game a year later. It's like 14 months, I think, has been the longest.
I'm trying to think.
It's
Star
super
Wars
fast.
Jedi Survivor. How long ago did that game come out?
That came out in May of last year, so I think it should be coming real soon.
It's coming.
Yeah, I think May of this year. Yeah, that one they're
Yeah.
holding off a year. Ubisoft Plus, by the way, is like $25 New Zealand, and Game Pass is like $22. So it's actually costs more to subscribe to Ubisoft Plus here.
Wow, that's insane.
Honestly, what they should do is hash out a deal, and I wish they would. Ubisoft, get it on there, and just have one subscription where I can get access to everything. I don't like paying multiple subscriptions for things. That's why I'm cutting down on a whole heap of my like streaming subscriptions. I'm just gonna pirate shit, guys.
Hey, you're going to be one of them, huh?
Man.
Yeah.
I might be right there with you, man.
Have a nice night. I assume try hard. It's nighttime where you are.
Thank you for coming through, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Try hard.
Yeah, I love that name. Try hard.
I know you all are going to be playing Skull and Bones when you subscribe to Ubisoft Plus.
Oh, for
I
fuck's
know that's
sake.
your first game you're playing.
I'm about to close my MacBook, yo.
I'll be Skull and Bones before I try Skull and Bones.
Yeah, right. I'll be Skull and Bones before I try Skull and Bones.
Oh, fuck, I love that. That needs to be on a t-shirt.
That really was a very good one.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. You need to send that t-shirt to Ubisoft.
Make sure to hit that like button. Obviously, we like Fallout here.
Yeah.
Facts.
But yeah, anyone else want to chime in on the whole EA price increase or?
I just think EA got a lot of fucking balls. You guys don't put your games in your subscription day and date. Let's start there. You know, get with the fucking times. You know,
well, they do on the pro version, right? I'm pretty sure the pro version does.
And how much?
I hope so.
Pro version?
It's $18.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind in that case. But
yeah,
it's still, I mean, you guys haven't done a fucking enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, like I mean, EA has been, and look, I'm one of them guys where you know I'm like EA with Ubisoft. I feel like they've been turning a leaf. I enjoyed the Dead Space remake, the Mass Effect trilogy remake. You feel what I'm saying? But let's see when you trying new things, Immortals of Avium, you fucking flop. It's trash. So it's like, you know,
he really
I bought that
game.
for $13 on sale.
Listen, I got that game for $4 on sale, and I'm still mad that I wasted $4 on that shit.
But listen, this is why I don't. This is why I no longer touch anything from EA. I just wait because I know it's coming to Game Pass. Like
I'm going to be waiting to see how freaking Dragon Age performs. I'm not buying that day one, and I love Dragon Age.
Same shit with Mass Effect. Yo, I'm a Mass Effect junkie, but it's like, yo, I got to take a wait and see approach, and it's sad. You know what I mean? And Game Pass and, you know, these subscriptions make that wait and see approach even more sustainable and better. You know, it pays to be late coming to a lot of these games, man. You know, even with Jedi Survivor, you know, as bad as that launched and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like it just pays to come later nowadays, man. And I get it. Certain platforms don't have any games, so you have to buy the bullshit when it come out, like Rise of Ronin. You get what I'm saying? When you don't have those options. But over here on Xbox, man, we got a plethora, right? We got a whole fucking plate. We got a whole table. You know them tables from the old times, them really, really long ass tables with just food and food. That's what we got over here on Xbox, man. We got so many options, man. It's insane. So
Abdel, I did forget. Yeah, Knockout City. Knockout City was a dodgeball game from EA. That was day one. That's true. That is extremely rare.
Talos Ray reminded me about Sony putting their head in the ring for buying Paramount because that's the people making the Halo series.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's publishing it.
Yeah. Can somebody explain to me what Reese mean by this? Immortals is an EA original. Like what is that?
Oh, so it was like a sort of like an independent type of, like, you know how Xbox has their indie devs type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a program
that's an original. It's an original piece of shit.
Still coming. But it's
Quantum
still
Error
coming.
was the same.
It will come to Game Pass. I guarantee it. It's coming
to Game Pass. And when it comes to Game Pass, you can pass.
Because other originals already have come to Game Pass. So I don't think I've seen any originals
Wasn't Prince of Persia, the new Prince of Persia, an EA original?
No, that's Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, it'd be Ubi, right?
I think that's
that was Ubi.
Was it?
Am I thinking? What am I thinking of? I have no idea.
Getting them to you just know, Panda. You're not bugging. You're getting two mid-ass companies mixed up. Nothing is wrong with
Yeah, that's probably right.
You're getting two trash-ass
Two
companies
mid-ass
mixed up.
companies.
Don't
Probably
toss them in a
correct.
hat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Just put
All
them
right.
together.
Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys want to talk about the whole Paramount thing? I was going to move on to something else, but if you did, you
really.
want to? Okay.
Until it
I don't-
happens.
I just don't know if I see it happening.
I don't
What's
see
the Paramount
Sony as a company being able to afford the capital to buy them.
I wonder what
Sony's
the
trying to
hell
buy
the price.
Paramount or something.
Yeah, they're looking at acquiring Paramount. I don't. Was an amount disclosed? I haven't heard shit. Just a rumor
No idea
about it possibly happening. But to Panda's point, I just don't see how they could afford them. But I don't know. Maybe they're cheap. I don't know.
$27 billion, I think, is what it is.
What? Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Not unless they
That's
steal
probably
some
not.
of that Sony money.
Is probably not happening. So Tales will eventually be on Game Pass. Clip this, guarantee it. Just not. First of all, not right now. They got it off the rip for PlayStation, and we know how that works. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll see what happens. A lot of people are like, oh, they're gonna be in charge if they get Paramount. They're gonna be in charge of Halo. I don't know.
I don't think they understand how companies work like this.
Yeah, I
people
think
should be against it. The last subscription show thing Sony bought, they upped that price. Didn't they just recently do that with one of those animation?
Oh, and they got rid of your access to your
like
old
Crunchyroll. You mean?
anything that you bought. It wasn't just Crunchyroll.
think
What
so.
was it?
I don't know. I just subscribed to Crunchyroll and it was only $8, so I don't. But
No,
I
it
don't
was
know
the
if I
other
got.
one. That other
I don't know if I got a
company
deal.
that was like competing with Crunchyroll, and they acquired them. And then people,
Umbra, you would know that probably, right? Who's she talking about?
people lost all their life, all their.
Oh, I know
library.
what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but I definitely know what she's talking about.
Yeah,
I can't think of it.
You said Rise of Yawning.
right.
Hey yo, yeah, Funimation.
Funimation.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was not.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was not
Funimation.
going to remember that one.
Neither
Yeah.
was
The
I.
Rise of Yawning is sick, yo. That's funny as fuck. Like, definitely be yawning every time I see a clip, yo. Like,
I just laugh at the horse.
that age. That's all you gotta
Horse
do.
looks like someone was given it a prostate exam.
Facts. Somebody did some devious things to that horse
That poor
and
horse.
then took it for a ride, and that's not all right.
All right. The next thing we got going on, Sony's new PlayStation PC overlay and shared trophies arrive with Ghosts of Tsushima. So PlayStation games on PC are getting more features and trophies that sync with the PS5 console. Sony's introducing a new PlayStation. It's happening. It's just more proof. I'm just poking the bear at this point. But hey, that's what I'm here for. Sony is introducing a new PlayStation PC overlay and shared trophies with its upcoming release of Ghosts of Tsushima Director's Cut on May 16th. It's the first PlayStation game for PC that uses Sony's new PlayStation overlay, which much like the Steam overlay, will provide access to a friends list, trophies, settings, and your PlayStation account. This feature is available on Windows PC and will be accessible from the in-game menu or for keyboard players by pressing Shift F1 shortcut on your keyboard. The online community specialist at Nixus Software told us this in a blog post. Sony acquired Nixus in 2001, who's been doing a bunch of their ports, pretty much which was a great pickup by Sony. Usually their only good ports is made by Nixus. I can't remember. Is it Iron? I always want to say Iron Giant.
Iron Galaxy or something like that?
Is it Iron Galaxy
Iron
that does their
Galaxy.
other? Thank you. I always get that one wrong.
I mean,
What are you talking
Iron
about?
Galaxy did a great job on their last one. No, they didn't.
Right.
Are you talking about? You're not talking about the ones who did the Killer Instinct, though, are you?
They did, yeah, something like that. They do.
'Cause that's Iron Galaxy, if that's what you meant.
Oh, maybe that's why I keep mixing those two up. It could be that. I don't know. I always think like Iron Giant, like the damn movie. So I don't know what's going on. But anyways, you guys got anything you want to add on this? I just think it's kind of funny. It just feels like more more of the same, a little Hiroki Totoki.
Hiroki Totoki
I think it's great in the sense of, for those people who are wanting to transition from console to PC, know that they still get a similar experience around their trophy hunting and all of that. And I think that's really what is missing if they're going to go to Steam. So they're wanting that PlayStation experience, but on PC, and that is going to make it a bit of an easier palate or pill for them to swallow if they do start making that move over to PC away from their PlayStation console. So I think it's kudos to them, but the amount of people who are losing their shit over it, it's been coming to PC forever. Everything's coming to PC. Grow the fuck up and just wake up to reality.
Do you think, I already kind of know the answer to this from Panda, because she kind of alluded to this earlier, but do you think there's in a world where, you know how Xbox is like play everywhere, right? If I get it, if it's on PC and it's on Xbox, I don't have to worry about it. I can go to both. I can play the same game on my PC and then I can play it on my Xbox, and everything is interconnected. I almost call them trophies. All my achievements are interconnected. Do you guys see a world, maybe in the future, where PlayStation copies Xbox and does something similar? Or do you think they're too greedy and they'll make you pay for the game twice?
You mean, are they going to do a Play Anywhere program?
Are they going to do something? Yeah, are they going to do something similar where you can just play that game everywhere? Or do you think they'll always try to keep those two ecosystems separate?
PlayStation for a reason, baby.
Oh, that's what I knew you were going with that. Well, how about you, Umbra? Do you think it's possible that they could ever? I mean, listen, there was a lot. I mean,
Hiroki's making some changes, so
that's
you never
what I'm
know.
saying. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot. I don't think it would happen for a while, personally, but there's a lot of stuff that's happening that 5 years ago people would have said we were crazy to even be talking about this stuff.
Yeah,
but
I've come to learn that most of our Who brothers don't know anything, and they're always on the wrong side of history when it comes down to it.
I mean, they think alien invasions are coming.
So they'll be like, "Oh, this will never happen. Oh, these games will never go to PC. Look at all the games coming there."
Right.
With this guy?
So now they have the UI there. That brings up an interesting thought. Now they can have a launcher, but I don't think that's really going to do much, right? Because you have Epic, you have GOG, you got Steam. Nobody's trying to get a PlayStation launcher to play those games. They're going to play it through Steam or whatever, right? So you having it there now they're following Microsoft and having it where you can have that UI and available for you to play or talk with your friends or whatever, form a party with them, etc. So to me, that just shows that they're doubling down for sure on PC. And Hiroki
this is
being
a further commitment. You're getting an overlay. You're getting trophies. You're getting your PlayStation experience on PC.
Yeah, and Hiroki has shown already that Sony, they're in need of more money, so he's looking at ways that's going to do that, and that's why we heard about what Special Nick pointed out, in that they're going to try to bring Helldivers over to Xbox and things of the nature, because he wants to try to profit off of everything he can, milk it, right? So it would be wise of them to do this, honestly. And I never understood the whole we can't put it on PC thing. I think we got over that as an Xbox community so long ago that it feels like
long time ago.
Yeah, so it just feels like when you hear them whine about it, it's like, who cares? Like, you'll still get it exclusive to your console, so it shouldn't be much of an issue for you. But then there is also it goes back to my point, what I've said before many times, that I think that Sony will be going day and date by the end of this year, if not next year anyway. And a lot of people are speculating that Wolverine would lead to Charge, will be the first one to go.
God, man,
day and day.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God, if that's the first though. Ooh,
I would love it.
I mean, they already said for sure gas games are coming, like day one. That's said by Sony. So that's not something I just made up. They said that themselves. That is happening. The only question mark left is those single player games, and basically everything outside of a gas game. Does that come day and date sooner than later? And Umbra, you think so? That means that would be what? Is that game slated for? Is it slated for 2000 next year? Is it slated for next year? Or 2026? No. Not Ghost. Wolverine.
Well, according to the leaked, stolen and then leaked documents from them, it said 2025, I believe, or if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Actually, I think it said 2024.
I thought it got delayed again.
That was before, but yeah, that was well before everything happened. So now it's definitely not hitting the times where they pointed out. So I'm going to guess
2026.
I'm going to guess 2025, if not 2026, for Wolverine.
Like maybe holiday 2025.
I think they need to push it to 2026 after the way that Spider-Man 2 launched and the buggy mess that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it wasn't the buggiest game ever to launch, but in comparison to their last title.
Hey, look, them bugs was on par with Redfall, but the media won't speak on it. They won't talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? Arguably, Spider-Man 2 was more buggy. You feel what I'm saying? You know, depending on who you ask.
I've never seen a main character as a cube. Yeah.
As Andrew pointed out.
Funny, dude.
I ain't never seen no
Wolverine launched.
Like my bad. What'd you say, Umbra?
Yeah,
no, I was just saying, as Andrew already launched on PC. Yeah, technically, right?
Andrew, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I think Wolverine could be that first game to be the catalyst for them. Again, I think
if that was the case, I'd be screaming for Blade.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They want all the Xbox games, even though they claim they don't anyway. But
right.
Yeah.
I mean, all you gotta do is look at this fucking sales charts in the PlayStation Store right now, and you'll see who really want Xbox games and who don't.
Yeah. The normies out there, they don't give a shit about the Twitter wars, the console wars. They don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They see a game, they or watch a show, brings back the popularity of these old games. Again, obviously, old games, I guess, do matter.
Wolverine day one.
Wolverine day one. I like that. I think that's plausible. I said last week, I was like, just wait a year or two. It's gonna be day and date. We already know gas games are coming day one. But like Sappho was saying, like so many of these gas games got canceled. Like, what actually is going to see the goddamn light of day here? I don't know anymore. I don't. Everyone keeps saying, well, the games that are coming out that haven't got canceled, well, count those, Rhetri. And I said, well, they did the same thing with Factions. They told you it was coming. Like, they were touting it on Twitter a month before they said it's not coming. So I will not trust a company like Sony until it actually comes out, personally.
But concept art is a guarantee that it's going to release, right?
That's the theory.
That's what they told us with Factions.
That's what they told us.
I still can't believe he showed up on Jeff Keighley's stage just with like, here's some concept art.
Oh my god! Dude.
And he set it up like, oh, they about to show some gameplay. It was so stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, let Microsoft do that, and
Yeah,
that was like when Jim Ryan came out and said, "And here's our announcement of the PlayStation 5 with the logo."
PlayStation 6. Check out this artwork.
You know what's funnier? You know what's funnier though? Our Hoove brothers and the media ran with it heavy when they showed the logo. They were like, "Oh, look at it! Look at the logo for PlayStation 5."
Yeah,
I remember that. I'm like, you all are hyping this up?
Yep.
Just for it to never come to the light. So sad.
Just remember that Wolverine has to look like Hellblade 2. But they all making fun of Hellblade 2. Just saying. Yeah, that's a litmus test for a good game.
I'll be honest, the way that leaked footage was looking and them leaked things back in the day, it wasn't looking too hot.
It looks more like Spider-Man gameplay. I mean,
it
Spider-Man
looks so much. It bothered me how much it actually looked like like Wolverine on rooftops, the Spider-Man game. Like, I was
the way he on that like cable. I was like, Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely Spider-Man.
Like, he needs they need like a bigger body doing those movements. Like,
I mean, listen, it's Insomniac. I'm sure it'll be fire. Like, I'm not saying I love that studio.
It's still in development.
It's still
I'm not
early.
Sure it'll be fire.
Yada yada yada.
I'm not sure because Spider-Man 2 wasn't fucking fire to me, and Spider-Man.
I haven't even played it yet because
that's the reason you haven't played it. You're a gamer.
Well, no, the reason I heard it was a very woke game, Nero. I heard MJ takes over the world, so
I'm good on that shit.
Yeah,
if I was Spider-Man,
that MJ stuff, that MJ nonsense bothered me so much.
They like teased Venom, and you don't even like
only woke stuff. I don't like.
One mission with Venom.
Yeah.
Is the
Bullshit.
whole MJ thing. That's like, I don't, I'm all for inclusion, all that stuff, but you crossed the fucking line when you made Spider-Man look like a bitch and her a superhero. I'm sorry.
So
yeah, like she's standing in front of him, like
that part made me so mad, and I'm like,
that is cringe as fuck.
I'm a comic head, so I know all of this stuff, and I'm seeing this, and for one, it's like I'm like, why is MJ not a model? Like, what happened to that? Like, why we afraid now? We can't make her like super sexy now. Like, everything has to be like, oh, you gotta dumb her down, and it's like I don't get.
I agree with you on that too, Umbra. Like I know a lot of people get really offended, and like
they do.
I don't care that the girl from Fable looks like she does. Like I don't give a shit. But at the exact same time, I hate the extremism that's going. We shouldn't make any characters sexy anymore because of XYZ reason, because normal women don't look. There's plenty of hot women out there. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Like, who cares?
It's an extreme on one other side or another. Exactly.
Right. Like, let's land somewhere in the middle here. Like,
we're
going into a fantasy world. When you make your character, do you in an RPG, do you try to make your character look as fucking ugly as possible? I bet you don't. I bet you don't.
There's only a minute amount of people who do that.
Yeah. There's some to do some weird ones, to be fair, but most of us.
I mean, yes, there are some weird. I've seen some weird shit in Dragon's Dogma too.
Yeah.
I think there was reasons for it. I think they had they knew something I didn't.
Yeah,
just like Panda knew to make your player 8 feet tall. I didn't know that at first.
For the weight,
and then for the weight, exactly.
Yeah. But I was going to say, like, the thing about it though is, Spider-Man 2 is a good game, but it does have a lot of the kind of propaganda, I guess you could say, in it. And one of the things I disliked strongly was, even beyond Mary Jane not looking like what Mary Jane looked like in the comics, is the fact that she was doing all these heroics, and it's like that's not her position.
If
Why
it doesn't fit the narrative, that's my problem, Umbra. It's just going off of the narrative to do it, to make a woman. We have plenty of women superheroes that we can give them games.
Right.
They had Black Cat in the game. They could have easily used Black Cat.
Yeah.
Where historically this is not a thing that's happening, and if you're going to work off an IP, you should be sticking to the source material and what's happening in that. Like, you're not expecting them to completely change it up, and that's what pissed me off. It's like, it's already established. This lore, the story, these people already exist in that source material. You want to keep it to that because that's why people are coming back and playing this game. It didn't improve enough or anything like that. I found for that game, it felt like a 1.5.
It didn't feel like that.
Spider-Man 2.
Only thing that was different, that was really different, was the traversal. Like, obviously, you can kind of glide and stuff like that. So they improved on that.
That looked kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That's fun.
Traversal.
The traversal is fun. But like I said, like having her
did a lot for that, right? Cured cancer, gave MJ extra muscles.
It was a few things that bothered me. I pointed it out, and people got mad at me when I said it on Twitter. I'm saying, why did it felt like they emasculated Peter? And people were like, you white man. I'm like, I'm black. And then,
middle-aged white guy.
Right. You mad.
I'm a black man, I have you know, sir.
Right. They were like, oh, you white cisgender man. I'm like, okay. All right.
Only white middle-aged guys can, I guess, feel that way, Umbra. You're not allowed to.
It was so stupid to me. And it's like,
that's our thing.
I'm not even trying to, like, it's whatever, right? But I'm just saying, like, you could tell that they made Peter, like, they purposely made him weaker, like he couldn't do things, and like Miles had to do everything, and it was like Peter was just second rate all of a sudden. And then it was like, okay, I get it, you're trying to move Miles into but you don't have to dumb down Peter,
but not like that.
Especially when you have MJ doing better than both of them when she had the gun. I'm like,
exactly. And my whole thing is, if you're gonna push Peter out of the picture, at least get Miles' ethnicity right. Like, you got wrong flags in this room. This is who you guys want to take over.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
People are pissed off about that one.
He's like, I know black, Poppy.
I know black.
Yeah.
I know black, I Cuban.
People got mad at me because I didn't know the difference between the flags. I'm like, I only know like 5 flags. Like, I wouldn't have known that. Like, I'm not Puerto Rican.
It's not our job to know. It's the fucking developers' jobs to know.
No, it's that's
Baby Ink's job, guys. They should have known.
Yeah, thanks, Baby Ink. You did it again. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Sweet baby. Yeah. That's I do love that name, though. All right, let's go on. I'm going to probably end on this subject because it's kind of a cool thing that could happen, might happen. I don't know. Blizzard says it's still in talks about a console version of World of Warcraft. The legendary MMO turns 20 this year. Whew. Blizzard has said that
they bring the graphics up to 2010 for me.
I know.
Listen, bring it up to 2010, please.
That's the only problem I have with it. I'm like, are they gonna improve it? Like, are they gonna? And you can't say that because if you say like, "Oh, they're going to update it," you will have a million wow people coming at you.
They
Just will cut your throat. They did. They updated 1,000 times.
All these expansions, and
I'm like, yeah, that's not what I was talking about.
Content, and you're worried about graphics,
right? I'm like, it's thing is like, I'm not. I say personally, gameplay over graphics, but. They need to tweak that one a little bit.
Nobody wants to play a game looks like it came out when AOL was like, let's just be real.
When you had your free AOL disc.
When you were still using dial-up.
Oh man.
They definitely need to bring it to console. It's definitely a missed market for sure. I mean, Microsoft would do themselves.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and they got too many major IP to not do that, right? To bring that. Because WoW at a time used to run the gaming industry. Like they can get back to that. But
it was no joke back in the day.
All these other platforms. That's one even where I would be like, okay, I can see that being on PlayStation, right? It makes sense.
I agree. I think that would be on PlayStation too. Speaking of VGC in a recent, hold on, let me just get past this part. We'll go in. Speaking of VGC, in a recent interview, Holly Longdale, the vice president and executive producer of World of Warcraft, discussed life after becoming part of Microsoft. After asked about a console version of the game, the producer replied, "Of course, we still talk about it. We're gamers. I don't think anything is out of the realm of possibility. We don't have anything to talk about right now." Obviously, they were full blown on working on all the expansions. I know guys like Jess Gordon are super happy. I got to be honest with you. After I watched BlizzCon and I saw all the expansions coming to that game, and there's a ton of shit coming to that game, I was like, "This looks good, dude. Like this looks very." Like BlizzCon was actually interesting to me. On the World of Warcraft side.
You know what's so odd about
World of Warcraft? That shit.
I don't know enough. I got a buddy who knows a lot about it. But you know what's so odd? Like the game looks so outdated as hell until you get to the cutscenes.
That's very true.
The cutscenes
which makes it even more jarring, though, right?
Yeah,
like literally is like a 30-year gap.
Graphics in a game, and you're like, "Oh, this is what it used to look like. This is what it now looks like."
Right. Yeah, it's like you see the cutscenes, like, oh, then you get back to the game, like, So no, they definitely. I wish they would get to like either adapting a new engine for it. Oh, look at that zoom in right there, zoomed in.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to turn off the. There's like hand gestures on this thing, and apparently, whatever I itch my nose, whatever I did, just pissed that thing off. So I have to stop doing that. Damn you! It's good.
But yeah, like that. If they update that engine, I would
fucking
hope
things possessed.
Yeah, it is. Go to something that makes it more modern.
Just admit that the person you're paying behind the camera
is fucking up. You're fired.
Yeah,
this is your last day.
They're tired. They're like the show's been going 2 hours.
Rhetri got his missus
back. Tiny little webcam.
His missus back there like,
yeah. Like, after you're done cooking, can you hold this camera for 3 hours? Thank you. Oh shit.
For me, I don't care for WoW. I'm an original Warcraft person. I played Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, and I feel like Warcraft 1 and 2, like 2 is where it was at. That was the high of Warcraft for me. So I would like them to redo Warcraft 1 and 2. And maybe potentially get Warcraft 4. Like, I loved those style of games. WoW doesn't interest me.
Really? Okay. Now, what about you, Nero? And let me throw in another. God damn it! It's going to do another hand gesture thing. Let me do another question to add into here too, because obviously this is a subscription only. I don't think it's going to work like that, Panda. It's a subscription game like Final Fantasy. So, do you guys think they'd be willing to forfeit that $15 a month? Sounds a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if it's in Game Pass, I feel like that subscription should be just. I think
like another tier, maybe.
Yeah. No, fuck no.
I mean,
no. No more
on
tiers.
Warcraft, right?
Fuck no.
We're already paying for online. We're already paying for everything else. I need another tier potentially.
Yeah.
But they have like if it's my buddy broke it down to me. They have like a unpaid tier up to a point, up to a certain level.
Right, just like Final Fantasy 14 does for the Xbox guys. Okay.
So they could do that, and then when you want to go further, hey, well, here's the monthly charge or whatever.
Get them hooked.
Get them hooked.
Get them hooked.
Add that exactly. So they could go that route. And that's probably what they'll do because, like you said, that I can't see them like
15 a month.
We don't need that anymore. I don't see that happening.
Like, see ya. We don't need that sort of
I'm
money
around
around
this.
here.
If they put it in Game Pass, I'll play it, but I'm not gonna pretend like it's something I'm just like jumping up and down, wanting to play, wanting to check out. It kind of flew. It's one of those games I never really got into, never really batted the eye at, even though I know it's extremely popular and highly regarded. I think it'd be dope if they bring it to Xbox. At this point, like I said, we didn't get to the topic, but with the next Xbox, I'm really hoping it is like a PC hybrid, pretty much. That's where consoles is headed. So, bring those PC games over to console, man. Do what you got to do. They've already started doing it with what was the Age of what was those games?
Age of Empires.
Yeah, so
I know it can be done. See that the first question was, can it be done? And if they did it with Age 4, it 100% can be done for World of Warcraft. Because I looked into like the button layouts and shit like that for World of Warcraft. So and Age, and it's very comparable. So it's possible to do it.
They can also just use mouse and keyboard. It can allow us to use mouse and keyboard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just question. It's more about the biggest hurdle for me is a subscription. It's the money that has to do with it that I feel like, and I would try it like Nero, like if it was in Game Pass, even if there was another tier, like, because I think that's probably maybe what they would do, or maybe they would just have a subscription on Xbox itself, like Final Fantasy
that's
does.
my thing, Rhetri. My only confusion is if you don't make another tier for putting Call of Duty in Game Pass day one, it's no reason to make another tier for just that. I think.
But Call of Duty isn't already a subscription based game. WoW is, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I hear you. Like I hear that, and I also don't disagree with you saying like, oh God, like another tier, because they are talking about doing like an ad based tier, which I do think is going to happen. I do think that is going to happen, which I don't think is a bad thing, but after a while it gets really confusing for a regular consumer to know what the fuck to choose, right? When you have like 4 or 5 things going on at the same time, it gets a little.
What about this though, Rhetri?
Unwieldy.
What if you put it in Game Pass but cut the subscription in half, maybe?
Wait, what?
So if they put the game, if they put it in Game Pass, but the subscription gets cut in half that you're paying, like you're paying less because you're playing it through Game Pass.
Like a perk. It would be like a Game Pass Ultimate perk or something.
Exactly.
That'd be nice.
Something like that.
That'd be
incentivizing. That would be a win. Yeah, that would definitely incentivize people.
Yeah, definitely incentivize.
You still get some type of money from subscriptions, and then you on the other end, you get a benefit from playing it through Game Pass. So I don't know. It's definitely an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, I figured I'd mention it just because it's a huge IP. Like whether we like it, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, it's like Minecraft. I don't give a shit about Minecraft, but I'm not stupid. Like it's one of the biggest IPs in the world. Like World of Warcraft makes a ton of money. There's still a lot of people playing that subscription. Does it blow my mind that people are paying that amount of money for one game? In the current world, yes, it's a little confusing to me, but if you hook people, you hook people, man. If that's all you want to play and that's how you want to live your life. I've known some WoW players that's fucking all they do. They don't know about any other games. Nothing else exists in the world except for WoW. Or Final Fantasy players, same thing.
Sounds like Fortnite players as well, guys.
Don't you talk? I want to hear no shit about my Fortnite. But yeah. So on that note, I think we'll end on that. I know you wanted to talk about the next console, Nero.
WoW is a job. No reason for Game Pass if you play WoW.
I will do that. We'll do that next week. Talk about the PC, the hybrid and shit, because I do want to talk about that. But we had so many subjects. We were just talking so much that we had to skip around. with some subjects and stuff. But Umbra, brother, I appreciate you being here tonight. Let everyone know about the fix and where they can find you and everywhere that you're at, man. I know you're in a bunch of places. So
absolutely, brother. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for having me.
Anytime, man.
Always fun to talk gaming with you guys, of course.
Sir.
As far as anybody in the chat, most of you would know, but you can find me on Twitter, X, Infinite Umbra, or Umbra Infinite. You'll find me either way. Tuesdays on Boom's Xbox Factor podcast with myself, now Crazy Louie, and Jamie Moran off of Twitter. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. The 35,000 subscriber followers. You should.
Yeah, Jamie's a good dude.
Good guy. And that's at 12 o'clock Eastern. My show, The Fix, on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern. And the Infinite podcast with myself, Risk It for the Biscuit, That Blue Number, and Dante Spriggan, as he calls himself. And also Garuda Intruder on Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern. So you guys
don't forget your country album.
And my country album.
We said end of the show.
Don't forget.
And my country album, Black Soul. After this shit, I'll have to.
You got to shove it in all those white people's faces that don't like the fact that black people can do country too.
Yeah, right.
It's like Black Soul.
Take this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm purposely singing it in an exaggerated accent. Exactly. I'm like, well, I come from Alabama by way of Chicago. No, but anyway. No, thank you guys for having me. Much love to you guys. Much love to the chat.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely. Before I move on to Nero, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. We had over 160 people joining us between YouTube and Twitter. We appreciate you guys so much. So thank you, chat, for being fiery. Thank you for not loving all my opinions, but I say it how it is. As Abdel says, talk that shit, Rhetri. Most ghetto podcaster out there.
Your hands are getting tired again, Rhetri. You're starting to shake.
Oh, no. You're doing a great job, wife. You're doing a great job tonight. Nero, let everyone know where they can find you, brother.
Man, Next Gen Nero, as you see on the screen, all platforms, man. NEXTGENNERO. I'm about to be working on another Starfield follow-up review, man. Why it's a masterpiece. Because it's a fucking masterpiece, man. Like I said, Next Gen Nero on all platforms, man. I also want to give a shout out to Umbra, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. Always great conversations. Shout out to my two co-hosts, man. Panda, great thumbnails. Rhetri getting us everywhere. Spotify,
yeah, brother.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Wherever you guys, we're every fucking where, man. You know
glad you mentioned that. Yeah, guys, if you can't listen to us, we're literally everywhere now. I don't think there's almost anywhere where you can't find us. You can also just listen to us through the YouTube Music app as well. We're there as well now. But thank you for mentioning that, Nero. I always forget about that.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Yeah, Panda, what about you, girl? Where can it find you?
I am starting my new life as an NPC in Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, look out for my quest line. I'm kidding.
Watch out for that Dragon's Blade.
I want to know what type of quest line Panda would have. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. You can find me on Twitter and X. You can find me on Xbox. Just Dead Panda, basically. And then, I just want to say thank you, Umbra, for joining us. Get on some Halo, please.
Yes, join us.
Sort it. Thank you, Nero. You're amazing every week. And Rhetri, just Rhetri being Rhetri. Rhetra.
Yes.
So good.
Right. That's right. Transitioning to Rhetra. Yeah. That's an inside joke. If you guys played Halo with us, you would know what we're talking about. That's
right. Just ask Spark Q.
Just ask Spark Q. Spark Q had a blast playing with us. That was a ton of fun.
He would just come out of nowhere and be like, "Murk you."
I know. Yeah, getting those cleanup kills. That's a smart move, though, man. Like if you can't get a lot of kills, you just like watch everyone fight each other and you just ping them off as they're almost dead. That's what I do in Fortnite all the time. It pisses people off to no end. But appreciate you guys. Of course, you can join our Discord community where we're trying to build that community to actually get more people playing games together. It's community game nights. It's right there. I think it's been in the chat a few times. I think the bot sends out the link for the chat now. I think I just fixed that tonight. So if you guys want to game with us, it's right there. You can search it, or you can go back through the chat and find the link to the Discord. Please join us. We have a lot of fun. We're going to definitely be doing more Halo nights. We're probably doing COD. We'll be always doing Fortnite as well with a bunch of people. It's a lot of shooter stuff because that's, multiplayer. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Thank you so much, Umbra. Been missing you, man. It's been a hot minute since we've talked. So I was like, I gotta get Umbra up in here. Good dude. It's definitely been a while. One of the better voices in the community. And I don't just mean his actual voice. I like his opinions too. He's even keeled. That's what I like around here. But thank you guys for coming out tonight. It was a blast. We'll see you on the next episode of the Aim Down Sights podcast.
Episode 7. Rhetri.
Episode 7. I won't remember
That's
that, but
next week.
yes, episode 7. You got it, Chief.